Right, I think I'm live, hopefully. Let me just check on that. There we go. I am. So who's the first one in today? Normally it's Ute or John Watson, multi-tom-tom. Sandra will probably show up. How is everybody? I was wrong. Ricky, hello. Sticky Ricky. Only joking. Oh, well, that live stream was a bit of a blowout, wasn't it? Epoxy weather. Did you see it, Ricky? Did you tune in? Did you see me going down and trying to get that footage for those clowns, awake assholes? Yeah. Epoxy weather. Do you know what kept messing me up? And why I was like, no, I've never used this going live before, off a phone. And every time I was doing it, I was getting this, I was clicking go live, start the thing, and then I get a pop-up. And the pop-up would say, somebody that moderates in your chat, you have blocked. Right? This is what I was getting every single time. And every time it got it, it took me off to somewhere else different. And I didn't know whether I was live or not. I genuinely didn't know. And it took me forever to find out why that was. Can you guess the person that I had as a moderator that I had also got blocked? Arwin. Arwin was the one that was causing me all that grief. Typical. Typical, typical, typical. Well, where is everybody? It looks like it's just 3 of us, apparently. Somebody else live at the same time. Let's see who else is. Let's type in flat Earth and have a quick look around, see if anyone else is actually live at this time. Live. Ali B's live. No. Oh, Arwin's live. That's probably why. Today with Travis, who will blah blah blah. Well, he caused me the issues. Yeah, he couldn't type it quick enough. Yeah, well, yeah, I had him blocked because ultimately he does. He's sort of like, I think he's turning into a baller if he's not already a baller. Hello, Flat Earth Audio. How are you? How is everybody today? I just released a video about Greater Sapien. Don't know if you've had time to watch it yet, but essentially he did a live, well, not a live stream. He did I would call it an experiment. Who? Arwin? Yeah, I think he's a plan. Yeah. Well, Greater Sapien did this, pulling the ice and the hot dish in front of the laser to make it change direction. Didn't prove that it curved, by the way. Let me just be quite clear about that. It gave it a one-directional curve. Oh, sorry, one-directional change in direction. Didn't show that it was curving. However, he then went on to say that it was just a proof of concept. Yeah, well, if you Google proof of concept, right, it said it wasn't an experiment, but if you actually Google proof of concept, it's a noun. Evidence typically deriving from an experiment. Busted. Busted. He is a clown. And he thinks he's so smart, but he's not. He absolutely is not so smart at all. Well, I don't know if Iwan's a plant. I think he's got issues. I mean, I have seen a message that somebody passed me that he'd written this note thing, and it didn't look good. I think he's got a lot of issues going on. But as for a plant, yeah, I don't know. I just think he's hearing a lot of voices, you know, and he thinks he's saving the world and stuff. I just don't know. Don't know. Fancy, do you know an expert in mechanical gyroscopes? Not really. Can't really help with that one, mate. But what I can do, what I can help with, is, you know, this Polar Flight 2018 that Greater Sapien got all that money for. And to be fair, a lot of people did actually book the flight, and it seems now that the website's, you know, pretty much dead. It doesn't resolve. It's got no information on there, etc. Also, they also had privacy protection enabled on their website, and through the also the registrar. So I believe the registrar was Namecheap. So through my contacts, I was able to get a hold of their, hi Davey. Through my contacts, I was able to get a hold of their IP address. Through their IP address, I was able to reverse the IP address and do a search on it. I found out a few bits and bobs. I'll let you in on that now. Right, let me just get all the information together. Essentially, the guy that runs Exploring Again said he was the curator, right? So on Exploring Again, he had a cached thing that said that he was the curator of the Exploring Again 2018 flights. On top of that, Exploring Again is in privacy. You can't find that. However, with the IP, etc., just bear with me. Let me get it all together. I was able to, hang on, link. Come on, where is it? Had it all down here before. Just 1 second. Where's it gone? Oh, here we go. I was able to link Exploring Again through the IP address to flatearthresistance.com and completevisa.com. Now then, flatearthresistance.com again was in privacy. However, completevisa.com, which used the same reverse IP address as Exploring Again, and Exploring Again was the curator of the flight, so essentially they're all linked. I was able to get a name, telephone number, and address of the person who essentially claimed that he set up the Exploring Again 2018. They also, all their emails resolved to the same mailbox. So if, you know, they all go through the same proxy mail, mail. So essentially it's all linking together. So if anybody has done these flights and needs to get any information about who is the person behind the Exploring Again 2018 scam, because that's what it looks like. It does look like it's a scam. I have all the information. I know the name of the person that owns the website, the name of their address, the telephone number, and it took a lot of work to get that. My contacts worked really hard to get that for me, but essentially I have that information, and I'm probably the only person on Flat Earth right now that does have that information. So if they need it, they know where to come. You tried to get a hold of Rob Durham. I think he's I think he might be a friend of mine on Facebook. You know, have you looked on my Facebook? It's Shane Ranty Cook, so you should be able to find it on Facebook. If you're looking there, I think he's a friend of mine on there. So who else have we got in? Let's see. Right. Okay, so still not many people chatting. They're just coming in for a listen, which is all fine. It's all good. I know what's happening. I've got it. It's awake shitholes. Now, what they have 43 sock accounts, right? Or Limitless channel has 43 sock accounts. So what he'll be doing is he'll be coming in, changing account, disliking, changing account, disliking, and he'll keep doing that till it gets to around about 42, 43, and then it'll stop, which is all good. I don't mind him doing that. It's all analytics to my channel, so it all helps. So, hello, Yeshua dude. I'm going to make you a moderator. You seem all right. Ricky Lochberg. Ricky Lochberg. Do I make you a moderator? Do I? I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, so watch those dislikes. They'll go up to around about 43, and then they should stop. So all good. It's interesting to follow that. Kind of a bit OCD with watching stuff like this. Humble to be a wrench. Don't be, Dan. I appreciate you coming in, and you know, you've been all right with me for 6 months at least, so it's all good. All good. Dan, I was just saying, yeah. Oh, Ronnie and Jason shit show. Little shits. Yeah, they are. And it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't, because, like I say, you know, I mean, it's just more proof. Because what happened, I went down to the beach, right? Get this. 3 times, right? 3 times I went down to the beach to go and film these turbines live, right? I also got Sandra to go down, and we'd arranged to meet at 6 o'clock, and it was in the pissing rain. I mean, and I felt really guilty because I went down to the prom. I got to like Central Pier, and I thought, there's no way she's gonna fucking go to the mirror ball in this. I mean, it was raining so hard, and I just thought, oh well, I needed to go to Morrison's, which was the other way. So I just thought, yeah, well, I'm not. There's no point in me going past the mirror ball. She won't be there. Only to get a message off her at fucking 20 past or 6:30 saying that she'd stayed till 20 past 6, and I was like, oh, I was gutted because she must have been absolutely drenched. But you couldn't see 2 miles out to sea. You literally couldn't see, and the turbines are like 9, 10, 11 miles away. So, use ultraviolet. I don't know if it'll see through all that amount of rain, to be fair. I genuinely don't. It really was an awful lot of rain. We've had it really bad recently. That's why there's been no real footage of mine, because the weather's just shit. And I mean that as in, it'd be great for Soundly, because I did actually do a skit video about Soundly. I went down, I ended up at my normal place. I'd parked up, and it was pissing down with rain. I still got out, and I did a little skit video. I zoomed into the to where the barrow and furnace would be, and you could see it all fucking, you know, it was pissing down rain over there, and it looked curved. And I was like, I just did a skit on it, and I thought, should I upload it? And I thought, well, it sounds a bit shit, you know, because I didn't do it very well. I was a bit cold and wet, but yeah, the ideal weather for Soundly, I tell you. Rob L, no, it's not. It's Awake Souls and Limitless channel. What had happened, I was just saying, I'd gone down to do a live stream today, and all day, for the most part, it's been sunny. You know, I say sunny, but it's been sunny, and then I was stuck on Nathan's, right? Literally stuck on Nathan's. No, it's one person. They can change account. You know, you can have, I think you can have like 10 accounts on your channel. So like David Little, for instance, I think there's a way that you can make, I can't remember it offhand because it's been a long time since I made Ranty 2 and Ranty 3, but there is a way that I think you click your icon, and then there's a way that you can add accounts, or you can make another account onto your account, and you can just flick between them. So it's like you can have 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 accounts on your one account. So I think they have about 40 alts. So what they do, they just flick between each alt, disliking. So one person that has 40 alts can essentially down thumb 40 times on any video they want. So it just takes one idiot to be a little bit pissed off, and that's what happens. So And like I say, anybody can do it. Any of you guys right now can make another alt with a different name, and then you can like up or like down or do whatever. And they think it's kind of, it's a way of bashing you in some way, but it just makes them look stupid. But the problem, yeah, they don't understand the weather. Like I say, the problem was I've been down to this place 3 times in the last week, 3 times, and every time I've been, the weather's changed. It's pissed down. Today it's been fine all afternoon. I was stuck in Nathan's for like 3 hours because it did a really long second show. And by the time I got down there, right, at 6 o'clock, weather turned, pissing down, couldn't see anything. And he's in the chat saying, you should have fucking looked at the weather before you went, right? You should have checked the weather, right? I'm like, man, it was like 40 minutes ago, it was sunshine. 40 minutes ago, right? You don't expect it to fucking change that quickly, right? And I'd already uploaded the video an hour before saying that I was going live, and I thought, well, I might as well go live just to show you that I am actually here. I don't actually put videos, just saying I'm going live and don't actually show up, you know. Anyway, just the way it was. Got right on my wick. What's this? Truth is truth. Isn't bad weather the best time to sit at home making CGI? Shouldn't you be busy right now? Ah, the truth is truth. Must be. Nice one, FE Viking. Yeah, he must be the Limitless channel. That'll be one of his alts. Now, what's the dislikes going up now? Watch. Now that you've banned him. Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you in, mate. Nice to see you in. Yeah, the weather has been unsettled the past 2 weeks. However, we're due to change. I think we're due some decent weather over the next few weeks. Let me just, I might as well have a look at that right now. But hang on, weather. Right, oh, hey, that's changed. We're supposed to be fine on Wednesday and Thursday. Right, anyway, so Tuesday we've got sunshine with a bit of cloud. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, rain, 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 rain. Sunday and Monday don't look too bad. So it looks like it's going to be next week before the weather turns and I can start doing anything decent. Hi, Ryan. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see everybody in. Yeah, I'm not really fussed, Sandy, to be fair. I mean, this is the thing. They thought, did I not make you a moderator then? Well, I did. Right. Yeah, I actually thought, or the ballers actually thought, or the trolls thought, that what they would do, they would drive me away from Flat Earth by doxing me, phoning me up in the middle of the night, threatening my life, threatening my family's life, right? They thought they could do that and it would scare me off of Flat Earth. Then when they realised that that wouldn't work, they then start to troll me, they start to downplay my videos, they start to, you know, bring other people in, making hit pieces on me all the time. It's a circus for them, right? And it's sad little people. And what they don't realise is that I just don't give a fuck. I don't care, right? I really don't give a shit. And I'll continue to do this. And I don't care. It's who I am. You know, it's just who I am. I'm a nice person. I am a genuinely nice person. I don't feel bad about people. I mean, you might get that impression because I'll do a video on Greater Sapien or something, but I don't hate the guy. I'm just ridiculing the fact that he thinks he's better than anybody else. I'm ridiculing the fact that he thinks that he can debunk D Marble's extremely great video of showing the laser hitting his camera by pulling some ice in front of a laser beam, you know, and he couldn't even provide all the data, you know. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you in. Ricky, hello. Yeah, I'm literally, I'm going to continue to do this for as long as I'm physically able to do. And I won't put up with the trolls. if you're a troll, you're gone on my channel. It's just the way it is. It's not that I hold myself to any kind of different standards. You know, and I'm on Nathan's, you know, I'll have a good rant and a good rate, you know, good thing. That's what he does on his show. That's what people prefer. On my own channel, you know, I'll just be who I am, and I won't have trolls in my chat. It's not going to happen. Yeah, they are worried. They are worried. Honest to God, right? And I think I mentioned this the last time. I don't know if everybody was in my live stream yesterday or the day before. But essentially, I said Slice Barcane released a video or a challenge 2 or 3 weeks ago for flat earthers with evidence to come and debate him on his channel, right? As soon as it was released, I mentioned to Anthony, I said, do you know who that's poked at? He says, who? I said, me. He said, do you reckon? I said, yeah. I said, I guarantee you this is what they'll be wanting me to come in. Trust me, guarantee on this, right? So because I've not responded, and he has been getting people respond, a couple of people, they then went to the desperate measures just a few days ago of actually calling us out, calling me, Anthony, and Nathan out. They then decided to say that Nathan really shouldn't be in on it because he doesn't do his own experiments. Anthony, you know, they debated him before, and he's not prolific. But me, yeah, they wanted me, which I knew all along. They wanted me to come in, genuinely, and I knew that. I knew this was what they were trying to poke me. They wanted me to come in. They couldn't handle my fucking evidence. They wouldn't know what to do with it. They've already admitted that they saw the mirror ball from Barrow in Furnace. I finally got them to do that. I managed to do that. And I wasn't even on their debate. I was in the side chat directing them. And I had to make them do the work that I wanted from the side chat. It was really difficult, really tough. But I finally got them to do it. And they came to the same conclusion. It's the mirror ball. Yeah, boys. And then they ended the live stream. They couldn't handle my evidence. The 1 foot observations, they haven't got a clue for that. They couldn't handle it. Isle of Man from Wales, they can't handle it. And yeah, when they see what I can do with the P900 that's modified, and I can see in the infrared, and I get the P1000, and they also know that I'm not going to sit on my hands when they get it. I ain't going to be leaving it to go get dusty in the corner. Weather's nice, I'll be out with it. Weather's nice, even if I'm working, I'll pack in the work for the day and go and film it. 18 miles, Davy Little, 18 miles, or was it 19, from the beach at Barrow in Furnace. It should have been 170 feet. The curve calcs, 170 feet, with refraction, that is, with refraction. And at that time, which I went back and I measured the tide height, a 5 meter tide height, because at that time there was a 5 meter tide height in Blackpool. So I went back and I measured the tide height at 5 meters against the seawall. So then I was able to get an accurate calculation of how high the mirror ball was above sea level when there was a 5 meter tide. Essentially, when I took that image from Barrow in Furnace, I knew that the very top of the mirror ball was only 42 feet above sea level. The bottom of it, 22 feet, and we saw all of it, right? We saw all of it. And I got these clowns to go and do their calculations and work out whether it was the mirror ball after I'd been asking them for 9 months to do this. And they did it, and they agreed with me it was the mirror ball. And then when I asked them to do the calculations on the curve calcs, they ended the live stream before they did it and showed their audience because they had 350 people watching. How cowardly is that? And they want me to go on their debates when they're that dishonest. They can suck my big purple knob end. Right, observer height up to a mile at least doesn't matter when it comes to curvature, strictly speaking. Would you like to elaborate on that? Because strictly speaking, you have a ball, and it is a certain circumference, and you can measure that with a calculation. And it doesn't matter whether you're 1 inch off the floor, 10 inches off the floor, or half a mile off the floor. So I don't know where you get, strictly speaking, you can only measure it at a mile. That to me makes no sense, unless you're trying to say that you have to get to a mile in height, because essentially almost nobody in the UK, can anybody in the UK get to a mile in altitude? Hang on, let's see. Ben Nevis, 3,400 feet. That's not quite a mile in height. So essentially saying that nobody in the UK, nobody in England, nobody in Wales, and nobody in Scotland, nobody in Northern Ireland, none of these people can see the curvature or work out curvature with curvature calcs because they cannot get to at least a mile in height. Is that what you're saying, God Scalpel? So any observation done in the UK cannot be, in your opinion, it cannot be validated as to being able to be used with the curvature of the Earth. Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's just utter horse manure. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, aeroplanes about 6 to 7 miles. I'm responding to this dude here, this God Scalpel, who says that you cannot, strictly speaking, see the curvature until you're a mile in height. So you're saying that the only time anybody in the UK can see this is if it's in a plane? Are you kidding me? Yep, still no curve. 20 miles up, exactly, Ryan. I tell you something, that is something that I do want to actually do. I want to forget your GoPro cameras, right? There has to be some kind of camera that will do the job, right? That can go up without the fisheye lens. You can strap it to the hot air, well, to the balloon, essentially the getting up to about 110, 120,000 feet, right? And yes, here's what I would do. I would have a camera pointing directly up at the balloon, right? Directly up at the balloon. And then I would have one, I would get two one facing opposite each other, right? In the same position, looking straight out, level. And then I would have one aimed down. So I would have 4 cameras on, right? That's what I would have. Because essentially what happens is the balloon pops, right? And everything falls down, great. But what makes it pop? What happens when it pops? Has anybody ever seen the balloon pop itself? What's the cause of that? You know, is there a massive expenditure in the balloon before it pops? You know, is that's what's happening? Is the balloon itself getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point that it can't get any bigger and then it just pops? It just can't expand anymore. Is that what's happening, or is it actually physically touching something that's causing it to fall down? God Scalpel, hey. Yeah, I did. I responded to you, bud. I don't know if you was listening or you ran off to read something or check something out or whatever, but I did actually respond to you. Is it heat? Oh, that's a point. I suppose we could. That's another thing. We could also attach thermometers on, couldn't we? I never thought of that. We could actually have thermometers on it just to see, because I feel that the work that's been done up to now, right? The work that's been done up to now has been good. You know, it's given us an idea, but it could be done better. It could be done better. I just feel that they haven't thought outside the box at things that they could be looking at. But yeah, I would love to do the hot air balloon. Trust me, I'd love to do it. I could organise one of them. Yep. Pressure gauge, I agree. Hey, maybe even have 2 balloons. Wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't 2 balloons be better? Because when one pops, the other will keep going, surely. Yeah, I always have trouble spelling that gauge. And pressure, yeah, no E. So yeah, I was saying, guys, did you hear about this Antarctic thing? Wouldn't the balloon pop because the air pressure inside was greater than the air pressure outside? Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. But then you would also have the balloon expand, wouldn't you? So the balloon would obviously be expanding. Yeah, so 2 balloons, one with less nitrogen, helium. I agree. Yeah, I mean, we need to. The idea of having these tests would be to find out which balloon would last the longest, right? Firstly, so if you had a camera pointing up at the balloons, you could judge which one lasted the best, right? Then when you did that, you would know for the next test that you could do 2 balloons with obviously you know, the one that lasted the longest. Next year, a ranty balloonathon. Hell yeah, I'd be up for that too. I have no idea how much they cost. I have no idea, and also what kind of technology we'd need to have inside of that. You know, what kind of camera, how it would all be put together. I could do it, don't get me wrong, but I would need to research or be told or given some information about which is the best, technology to use on it. Well, yeah, I'm all up for that. I wouldn't sit on my arse if I had an inkling that there was going to be a nice day and I had the stuff ready to go. I'd be out doing it. Definitely. Somebody said something before and it's got me thinking. Yeah, this Antarctic thing. I was talking about that before, wasn't I? I know who the owner is. Nobody else does. Nobody else knows the name of this guy. It's nothing that obviously I'm not anything to do with that. But over the polls 2018, the guy that also owns Exploring Again is the guy that's apparently the curator of that, but you can't find any details of them. You have to run a reverse IP search, then do a few extra things to dig out who actually and which sites they're actually linked to. And the same IP address revolves back to not just Exploring Again, but Flat Earth Resistance and CompleteVisa.com. Now, most of them have got the Whois records under privacy. However, Complete Visa was left open, and that's if it all revolves back to the same IP address, the same, etc., etc. I know the name, address, telephone number, everything you need to think about. So if anybody's lost money with this 2018 over the poles expedition, which is probably going to run into maybe $1 million, I would have thought, at least, then they can get in touch with me. I'll give them all the information that they need. Rob Skeever's done some balloons. Yeah, he has. Send your new cam, the P1000, up in the balloon. It's not really designed for that. Hey, trust me, listen, if they could get 5 balloons and they could get me strapped into a seat and I had my P1000 and I had I had what's it called? Parachute on my back. A parachute on my back. I would do it. Hell yeah. I'd sit on that damn seat and I'd go up there with a P1000. Damn right. Heights don't bother me. I used to fly planes as a kid. Yeah. Blowing bulldogs, chipmunks, gliders, doing all the aerobatics, loops around, you know, you name it, all sorts. Loved it, loved it. Got stuck in a thunderstorm beneath me, believe it or not, when I was in the glider. And it was getting dark and I had to make the choice, land or don't land, and stay up there all night. I couldn't do that, so I had to land. It took me 4 attempts to land it. The wings were flapping like a bird. I thought they were going to fall off. And if you've ever been in a plane above a rainbow, I'll tell you something different as well. You probably never thought about, but you know, you look at a rainbow and you see it as an archway from the floor. When you're up above a rainbow, it's a circle. It is a proper circle. So when you look down at it, you just see a circle. Hey, Goddess, you could jump on. Honestly, I'm a bit of a daredevil, but I think going down that ledge that I put that video out with before, it didn't look that steep. And you know, I have done rock climbing in the past. I've done abseiling, all that kind of stuff, and yet there was no way I was going down that in the shoes I had on with a P900 in my hand and a 30-foot straight drop on the rocks. Hell no. Didn't look that big from up there. Yeah, it is a circle, definitely. It surprised me. It genuinely did surprise me to see that. I never really thought about it, but it kind of opens your eyes to the thought, well, how can it possibly look like a semicircle from the floor or a circle up above? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, I did fly an eagle glider. Yeah, bulldogs, chipmunks, flew them all, mate. I think the best plane that I ever flew was the Chipmunk. I really enjoyed flying that plane. Some of the aerobatics you could do with it were just fantastic. Would you jump off a cliff in a glider suit, Nancy? No. Hell no. I wouldn't know. You know, there's limits to, you know, I want to do stuff that's dangerous that isn't going to kill me. The chances of you fucking that up, you know, flapping, you know, being like a little bat, basically, the chances of you messing that up are probably quite high. You know, jumping out of a plane, yeah, with parachute on, you know, that's all down to the way you pack your parachute. So essentially, it's just down to pulling the cord at the right time. But flying like a bat, like that, what's it called? Mission Impossible. He did it in one of those, didn't he? He jumped off one of the buildings and he went from one tower block to another tower block. Hell no. That gave me the shits just watching him. I crack another beer open. What have we got here? I've got a Warsteiner. Any of you guys have ever had a Warsteiner before? I used to work the doors. That was the first time I ever had a Warsteiner. I had a job at a place called Braustube. In fact, I went in there as a customer, and I've still got some left in that. And it was like a German themed bar. It was really good. The owner came over, got talking to him. I think I was only about 22 or something. And, you know, we got talking about this, that, and the other. And I said, oh, have you got anybody on your doors and stuff? Next thing you know, got my license, worked the door there for around about 6 months. And had a great time. Absolutely great time. Never had a fight, though. It was, that was a good thing about it. It was like it was yes, it was in town. You had the knobheads in. But I suppose if you talk to them right and you know, you're not. Have you seen some of the doormen? Proper knobheads, yeah. I was never like that. You know, I used to talk to them in the right way. You know, I was patient. Never needed to get into a fight. Braustuber. Anyway, that was the first time that I ever tried Warsteiner. Yeah, this other beer, I can't remember what it's called now. But Warsteiner was the first time I ever had it. And I think I had 3 pints and I was pissed as a fart after work. You know, you had the girls all there with they had these kind of these outfits on, and they used to serve the drinks with the big pint and a half glasses or whatever, or liter, you know, jugs kind of thing, jugs on jugs. And yeah, Warsteiner. Anyway, I found it because about a year ago they started selling them in like Morrison's and stuff. And if you haven't had Warsteiner as a like a lager, if you haven't had that, I would highly recommend you having it. There's a Flatin brewery, St. Paul, Minnesota. They have 8 different kinds of beer. There's a supermarket down the road that has like 80 different kinds of beer. It is really good. I think they think we drink a lot in the UK, and we probably do, to be fair. I mean, I've seen FE Viking. I assume you're from Minnesota. So when you're drinking, what would you say is a sensible amount to drink, or what would you say would be enough to get you drunk? I mean, can you measure in pints or half pints, or do you do it in bottles, or do you do it in mils? You know, what's the average American guy drink? Because here's the thing, yeah, because when I go out with my mates, right, which isn't very often, I haven't been out with my mates for so long now, I've been on flat earth. I've essentially given up hanging around with my mates to do flat earth, go figure. But when I do go out drinking with them, skull pints 4 to 5. Okay. Well, I suppose that's a fair amount. You know, I wouldn't say that's like the first hour and a half or so in Blackpool. About an hour and a half, you get £5 down in it. You've not even had time to have a pee yet. You've had 5 pints, and by the end of the night, you've probably ended up about what 12 or 13 with probably 4 or 5 shots, I would say, and a pizza on top or a kebab. So yeah, I think we are big drinkers in the UK. 7, 8 pints is sensible. 8 Stella, holy hell, that's yeah. If you like, have you ever tried Warsteiner? Right, because Stella's good. Stella used to get me wrecked. Then I went, oh, what did I go on to then? I can't remember what it's bloody called now. Anyway, forget that. Warsteiner. You get Warsteiner, you only need what? If you need 8 Stellas, you only need 6 Warsteiners. Don't break the seal after the 5th pint, or you lost from salt every 10 minutes. Yes, Ricky. That's what. Yes. Whenever I go out with my mates, right, pint and a half down the neck, they're running off to the toilet, they're having a slash. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. 5 pints gone, maybe 6 pints gone. And then they're like, have you not been for a pee yet? No. And then they'll say to me, well, why haven't you been for a pee? And I'll say, well, how many times have you been for a pee since you've been out? And they'll think about it and they'll go, 5 or 6. And I'll say, yeah, and how long does that take you to go and have 5 or 6 pints? Peas? You know, it's like, they had it up and like, holy shit, yeah, I've been gone like half an hour. I said, yeah. Exactly. Keep the cork in. Keep it in until you need to release it. Hell yeah. Four or 5 an hour till you lose count. FE Viking. I don't know. Do you know something? Like I say, I haven't been out for. Well, I've been out probably once in 6 or 7 months. So, you know, hanging around with mates is like taking a second seat to doing the flat Earth stuff. So, all right, you got a piss every pint. Okay, that's what I like to drink outside. I tell you what, if ever I come over to America and do hang out with you guys at some point, I'd love to go for a drink with you guys because it'd be quite funny to see, people drunk. Because when I go out with my mates, we're never drunk. We see other people drunk, but we don't go talking to them. But to see people drunk in your own company, it'd be quite funny. I remember one time I did see one of my best friends. Actually, he got so drunk he was just standing up in the same spot, and I don't know how he managed to do it, but he was moving forward, you know, and then moving back and to the side, both sides. It was like doing a circle kind of sway, and he never moved his feet. His feet stayed in the same spot, right? They never moved, and he was arching over probably 30, 40 degrees to the back, 30, 40 degrees to the front, side, and left. And then the music started, and he's playing a drum. He's like air drumming, banging his drum, and he's looking up with his mouth open. Oh, it was classic. Filmed him, absolutely funny as. You can't stand beer. You can drink half a bottle of pee 6 times a day. I haven't. I honestly haven't tasted my own pee. Not that I can remember. Hi Shane, nice to see you in, mate. I can't remember drinking pee at any time. It doesn't appeal to me. It genuinely doesn't. It's like if it does benefit me in some way, or it could benefit me in some way, I just don't want to try it. I just don't know. I just don't have the will to try it, so to speak. Even if other people recommend it, don't feel that that's going to work. It's not going to cut that for me. Definitely not. Hi, Ricky. Everybody else that's in. Anyone following the Parker Sun probe? Well, I actually did a meme of that. Did you see it on Nathan's when he put it up? It was essentially, have you seen the lunar lander? No, not the lunar lander. The re-entry capsule when it comes into Earth, apparently. And you got the heat shield at the front, right? So you got this heat shield at the front, and you got all this metal at the side, and the people that are inside of that, they're sweating and they're getting hot, but they're essentially not dying, right? But you've got the heat shield at the front, right? And then you watch that sun probe, and if you've seen the animation that they've put out for that, it's like they've got this heat shield facing the sun. So the heat shield is facing the sun. Sounds good, right? It's obviously that you need the heat shield to face the sun. It's in 2000 degree temperatures, right? So it's facing the sun, so it doesn't, get a direct hit from the sun, right? But it's in the atmosphere, right? That's hot. It's like an oven, right? It's like imagine being, an oven, right? You've got the hot part of the oven, and then you've got the heat, right? So you've got the hot part. So imagine you've got the heat shield facing the source of the heat in an oven, right? But what about the rest of it? What about the rest of it? It's in the same heat. It's not getting the direct blast of the heat, but it's still in what 700-800 degrees of temperature. It's still in that zone that's really hot, right? The heat shield is only stopping it from getting frazzled directly, but it's still inside an oven. So why is the rest of it not protected? Let me see if I can find the image. Just let me see if I can find the image. Where is it? God, I hate it when I don't save things properly. Where would I have put that bugger? Oh, there we go. Not that. Open with. Photos. There we go. Right, so let me share my screen so you can see this. Right, so I am sharing my screen now, apparently. And here we go. So, just knock that off. Right. Here's the probe, yeah? So there's the heat shield at the front that's protecting it, right? So this is this disc at the front. Yeah, obviously it's facing the sun. It's protecting it, yeah? So it's not getting the direct blast of this. I mean, look over here on the left. Look at all the heat coming off of the sun, and this is in that vicinity, right? So heat shield to the front, but what's protecting all the electronics behind it? I mean, look at this thing. What's protecting it? What is protecting this? This will be in the temperature. This will be in 500 or 600 degree temperature, and yet the heat shield at the front is just protecting it from a direct hit. So what's stopping all the components melting inside that 500 degree oven? And apparently it's supposed to be in there for years, isn't it? Years? I mean, this is this meme that I made up, and it's basically programming. So when you see this heat shield at the front, the first thing you think of is obviously the re-entry probe that came to Earth. Oh, well, that made it through the Earth's atmosphere and it didn't burn up. Oh yeah, it makes absolute sense that this is gonna protect this machine from the heat. Well, no, because it's inside the heat already. It's in the oven. You know, it's close to the sun and it's burning up. I mean, you can feel the heat from the sun on a sunny day on Earth, apparently, right? From the sun. You get 100 degree temperatures in the Sahara, right? So you're in the Sahara Desert, it's 100 degrees, right? And how many miles away from the sun, according to them? 93 million miles away. So this heat that's traveled through space, through our atmosphere, and landed on our bodies in the Sahara Desert, the heat is 100 degrees. Well, how hot do you think this would be right next to the damn sun? How hot would it be in the atmosphere there? This heat shield isn't going to do jack shit. It's just programming to make you think back to the lunar re-entry model. You know, the craft that re-entered our orbit with the heat shield at the front. That's all it's for. Utter bollocks. Utter bollocks. Just call it out, just the way it is. No way that gets even near the sun. Yeah, fucking exactly. It's all utter bullshit. I'd like to see a glober explain that. I really would like to see a glober explain that. And did you see? Oh, hang on. Here's another one. I'm being very quick today. I'm getting rid of stuff that I shouldn't. Well, taking things off that I shouldn't. Where are we? Shane. Need to share my screen again to show you can see this. Oh yeah, you might have seen this image. I don't know. Share screens again. Screen share. Share. There we go. Right. So again, you guys should be seeing this. This is my Facebook page, Shane Ranty Cook. So if you feel that you want to add me as a friend on Facebook, that's all great. There's where you'll find me. But this is the image, and I said conveniently didn't put the Tesla car into space with its rear view mirror. Why would they omit that? Right? So I remember them being very, very clear in saying that the Tesla was put into space without any modifications, right? This is what they told us. They told us that the Tesla was put into space, no modifications. It came off of the car of the showroom floor, ready to roll. Right? That's what they said. Well, here is an image of the Tesla. If you're at the top, it's circled. You can see the rear view mirror, and in the bottom, you can see that the Tesla they launched into space has no rear mirror. Right? Doesn't have it. Not there. Why do you think they would take that out? Do you think it could be because it would be almost impossible for them to mimic what's going behind in CGI? Because they show, what is it essentially? They try to show stars in the foreground. But if they had the mirror there, would that not be too complicated for them to include that? Because apparently there was no modifications done to this Tesla car, none at all. It was put into space as it came off the factory. So where the hell's the mirror? Why didn't they send it to space with the mirror? Where's the damn mirror gone? Even, yeah, they might have seen the film crew behind them, exactly. Goddess Witch Bella says something to Awake Souls, actually praising their live stream this morning and says it was pretty good. But then she tops it off with, and I want you to listen to this, awake assholes. Too bad you're such a dick. I might watch more often if you weren't. And I couldn't agree more. Right? You are such dicks, genuine dicks. And other people see that and they call you out for that. And you realize why you have to buy your subs and you have to buy your fake views. Because for all the good content that you might think you have, you go out there and you tackle the flat earthers and it makes you look bad, and people don't get drawn into that. They don't want to be caught up with your bullshit. Oh, all right. Just check back in chat. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what he's put. Awake Souls and the Limitless channel are going live in 7 minutes, covering what a shady character anti-flat earth is. Okay, so I'm a shady character. Thank you very much. That should be interesting. Shill Killers. Right, what's he put? The Limitless channel are going live in 7 minutes again. Well, good for you guys. Hey, listen, the last time I checked in with you guys and you were doing a live stream, you had 12 viewers, right? I don't know whether it's changed recently, but that was about a month ago. I just popped in, you'd been going for an hour, and you had 7 viewers. Sorry, 12 viewers. My bad. You had 12 viewers. So, by all means, spout your crap, because do you know what? I've got apparently Simon Dan with his 30,000 subscribers who's going to put a challenge to me, yeah, and Nathan, and to Anthony. 30,000 subs. So, yeah, exactly. It's all publicity. Exactly, it is. And look, right now, I've probably got, what, 880 subs? Perfect. I'm happy with that. Nathan, nice to see you in, mate. Good live stream today. Very entertaining. that George guy definitely triggers people. I mean, I want to wring his little neck for him. He's such a he's definitely come off the train that they have. They have a train of people. It's like I actually feel that they're trained by the same people. So it's like you never concede a point. You stay in there till the bitter end. You never rage quit. You stay to the end. Obfuscate every question. Every single question that's put to you, you obfuscate it, or you beat about the bush, or you never answer it directly. And you see the same thing happen with not just George, but it's been systematic down the line with everybody. Everybody's the same. It's like they've got the same mantra. Whereas a flat earther, you ask them a question, they give you an answer. It's as simple as that. They literally say to you, "Hey, what did you think of this, or what do you think of that?" And you just go, "Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, yeah." Or and then last year, well, what was good about it? And you'll tell them. And these guys, trying to get a straight answer out of them, it could take an entire show to get them to give you one straight answer. Right, what type of camera NASA need to use to record Earth 24/7, 15 miles away? Need to use to record. We're flying through space. Well, here's the thing, you see. So what they would have is they'd have some kind of camera, apparently, with an algorithm that could orbit the Earth, keep a steady 15 million miles away, then have some super zoom, the P1000 wouldn't even touch it. And then it would have to avoid all the space debris and stay operational for, 10 years or so without hitting a single meteorite or flake of dust. And do you know something? Even in their model, a flake of dust would go through a human being and it would hit you, be out the other side, be gone. So anybody that believes they got those satellites up there, utter horse manure. And if anyone hasn't seen that balloon satellite, the balloon traversing the moon with a satellite hooks underneath of it, right? I absolutely tell you now, right? Go and have a look at it. Go and see that the moon, the satellite is attached to a balloon. You can see it, and it slowly passes the moon. It takes about a minute or so to traverse the moon, and yeah, I mean, it's just so obvious. And what's also interesting is that until somebody recognized the importance of the video recently, it only had like 100 views, and it was put up like 4 months ago. Right. Ninja Man, hello, nice to see you in. Who else have we got in? FE Viking, nice to see you in again. Thanks for subscribing to my Patreon. I know I thanked you yesterday, but I will thank you again. I do appreciate the support. I have actually had another donator since then. I think I'm up to 4 donators at the $15, which is $60, and 1 donator at the $30. So I'm up to $90 in donations every month. So that is absolutely really, really going to help. It's like if ever I need to go and do an experiment somewhere or a test, and I need the petrol to go and put in my car, I know I've got the funds to do that. I can literally just go, head off, do something, film it, put something together. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. All the equipment I'm going to need, everything from thermometers, lasers, even wood to build just, to do tests here and there. I'm going to need to buy the wood to put it all together and all this. I've got so many things going through my head for all these different tests that I can do. But all these funds are going to help. It's going to be brilliant. I'm not going to have to dig into my own pocket, but I'm going to give my time to do that. And I'll go out and I'll show you the results. I won't hide the evidence. The evidence will be displayed exactly as I film it. And I think you guys understand that this is what I do. I just show it as it is. I don't hide, don't hold it back. I try to be as honest as I can, give you all the information, location, altitude, all that kind of stuff. But what it will allow me to do is it'll free me up to be able to go and do this stuff. It is great news. It's fantastic news. I'm absolutely blown away by the support I've had so far. The P1000 was great. Having the P1000, the P900 modified, so it can shoot in infrared, along with equipment. So when I buy equipment, so when I buy these lasers, right, I'm going to have them not just for the one experiment. I'll have them to repeat and do it on other experiments too. And because we live in the UK, we've got so many different waterways and places to test that we've got we've also got nooks and crannies around the coastline, so we can go from coast to coast. I can go from ledge to ledge here, there, and I can literally cover the whole UK doing these tests. And I'm hoping that I'll have some kind of data in perhaps a couple of years when I've had a chance to go here, there, and everywhere. I'm hoping that I'll be able to say, do you know what? I've been around the entire UK and I've done 3 mile, 4 mile, 5 mile, 10 mile tests everywhere, and never ever failed not to get a result. And I've always came back with a result of this, this, or this, right? And I'll be able to put it on a map. So this is another thing that I want to do. I want to get a map of the UK, and then I'm going to say, okay, I went to such a place and I did a test from there, and this is the evidence for that. And I'm going to name it 0004 or whatever, right? So 0004, I went to the Lake District and I filmed across Coniston Water, and I filmed for 4 miles. There's the video for it. There's the still shots for it. There's the evidence for it. Water temperature, height of, all height above the water, etc. Everything documented, and then put a tick through it and say, right, okay, so Coniston Water, tick, tick for flat, no curve found, right? Then I can go off to another place and I can repeat that experiment too, or that test in a different place, different location. And I'm gradually going to build up a map of the UK to see whether or not there is any curvature. And it's going to take a while, but it's something that I want to do. And I've never seen curvature yet. And yeah, George does not understand the Coriolis effect. I have to agree. He doesn't. He does not. He doesn't at all. Goddess Wish Bella, can you check the luminaries with the new camera? I don't know what you mean, because I think there's plenty of telescopes that can do all that kind of stuff, but can I zoom into the moon? Yes. Can I zoom into? Am I bothered about looking at the stars right now? Probably not. I mean, I'm focused here with my feet on the floor with what I can accomplish on the ground. It's for other people, I think, to look into the luminaries and try and understand that side of things. For me, I'm purely just interested in where my feet reside and not where millions of miles or tens of miles or whatever it could be is up there. That's for other people to do, beyond what I want to actually get into right now. Did I see Owen defend Rumpus and attacking and mocking Nate this afternoon? I think you're right, bald man in disguise. Nathan's answer, Owen is ace. He always says that, which is cool. Me, I don't like the way Arwen has conducted himself this past couple of months. I think that I know that he has been in contact with an ex-flat earther that might be sowing the seeds of negative thoughts into him. And because, in my opinion, he's the weakest of, not the weakest, but the weakest mind, so to speak. He isn't, because he's so out there that he'll look into any direction. He can be easily swayed. And I think that whoever it is, the person that's talking to him, is getting into his head and leading him astray. That's what I feel. And I don't think I think he thinks that he doesn't have a family. Well, he's brought it on himself. What can I say? I mean, I do. I've always liked Arwen, but I haven't liked the way he's been in the last couple of months, and to the point where right now, I don't want to speak to him. Whether that changes, I don't know. But defending Rumpus, attacking and mocking Nathan, well, plenty of people attack and mock Nathan. But defending Rumpus and defending Gravity and all that kind of shit, it doesn't look good for him, I'll be honest. Yeah, Albanian gravity. I haven't, like I say, I haven't read his chat, so he's he's lost. He is lost. I mean, he had a core group of people. The problem was one of that core group of people, who could also have been an agent in disguise, a shill. One of the, that person changed from being a flat earther to a ball earther, and I 100% know that that person and Darwin had been speaking to each other and still continued to speak to each other. And there's a good possibility that this person is having a big influence on the way he is right now. I haven't read his chat. No. I want to actually put my arm around him and give him a hug and say, it'll be all right, whatever he's going through. Because I know he's going through a difficult time. And I know it's lonely for him where he is and the place that he's in. But I can't help that. I can't go over and visit him. He's too far away. And whatever he's going through, he needs support. I don't think being in these I don't think right now for him being in the debates and this kind of stuff is helping him. I'll be honest. I don't think he's strong enough mentally to put up to do what he's doing. Can I say? Just people go through tough times. Horizons, some problems with the fishing line. Sounds okay, but in theory, it's just a difficult practice during this. So yeah. Again, I agree. The fishing line experiment, I don't know whether it's going to be feasible over 3 miles, and I'll tell you for why. It's not only getting all the water off the line, right? If anybody's ever been fishing before, right? Like anybody has been fishing before, when you reel the line in, right, and it comes in and it hits the spool, and it's coming in, it splashes water onto you, right? It doesn't come out of the water dry. It comes out of the water wet. It still has static water attached to it. It still holds water. Even if it's only a particle of water, it still holds it, right? So if you're trying to calculate for a 3 miles, over 10,000 feet, I think. Yeah, over 10,000. Let me just double check that. I think it's over 10,000 feet. Let me just, miles to feet. Miles to feet. Bloody hell. Right. 3 miles, right? We're talking nearly 16,000 feet, right? 16,000 feet of line that's out. And particles along the whole part of it, the whole part, it's going to cause it to drop and sag in the middle. I don't think it's possible. I genuinely don't think it's possible to do a 3 mile test. And, the only way you're going to stretch that amount of line out over that sort of distance is by having to have it in the water originally and then pull it out of the water, right? I think it'd be almost impossible to sit on the bank and watch someone row out in a boat and row the entire way across 3 miles without it sagging into the water. it would have to sag into the water. I just feel that would have to be the case. Since it does that, got water on it, it's going to sag. And then you've got to try and measure it. And then you've got to do then you've got to go through all the calculations. You've got to put your stakes in the ground. You've got to strap it, type get the wire a certain height above the actual lake. So let's say it's 2 feet or 3 feet. And then you've got to go along the wire again and do measurements across the whole wire. It's in my opinion, it's absolutely it is impossible to do, I feel, unless you had 25 people that were all helping in some way with 25 boats that could each, incrementally take care of the sag on the line. That would be the only way you could do it, I think. I think maybe because of his problems, he became more. What does influential? Oh, right. To be influenced, right? So you think he became more susceptible to influence because of his problems, right? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I feel about Arwen. I wouldn't say he's an agent because I've seen his lifestyle and I've spoken to him for a lot off of there. So I don't think he's an agent, but I think he's a lost. His brain is lost right now. I think he probably needs to see someone. Which is my opinion. Okay. But Ranty, it sits on the water and you simply tighten. If it sinks, it's curved. If it's not, it's flat. It's not the case, Ninja, right? It sits on the water for 3 miles, 15, nearly 16,000 feet of it is in the water. 16,000 feet of this little tiny line is in the water. And like I was saying before, Ninja, when you reel a fishing line in, and you're reeling it in, right? So it's out of the water, right? But you still get a spray back off the reel. As you're reeling it in, you still get sprayed in the face with water. Now, that water hasn't come from the reel, it's come from the fishing line, right? So no matter what he does, you can't pull this 3 mile of fishing line out of the water and dry it. How is it going to dry it? Because it's going to have molecules of water on it and it's going to drop it. That's that's what's going to happen. Seems that you don't care when Nathan Oakley slaps his child, right? Okay, well, I wasn't too sure exactly what went on, so what do you want me to say? I mean, I'll be honest, and if Nathan wants to block you, that's fine. I don't mind trolls being blocked. Keon O'Ray, if you think Nathan slapped his child, I'll let him slap you right back and by hitting that block button and kicking you out because I didn't hear it. What do you think we are? Do you think we just listen to child abuse and do nothing? You're off your rocker. And I've spoken to Nathan now, what 8 months, maybe? What was it? October, November, early December. So what are we in now? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Right. So essentially for 8 months, right? 8 months. And I have never ever heard anything that would set alarm bells with me in his family life. So whatever you think you heard or whatever you just instigated that you heard is, in my opinion, worthy of being banned and never speaking to on this channel again. I don't want to converse with you because it wasn't what I heard. Other people might have heard something different. It's up to them. I didn't hear it. Hear anything. Anyway, right. Who else have we got? Gav, nice to see you in, bud. Right, changing the subject. Yeah, nothing better to do than to disrupt. Exactly. That's what they do. Twats. Davy Little. Hiya, mate. Then you have to weigh the weight of the line. I'm not sure what you responding to there. I'm just saying that the 3 mile test is you can't stretch a piece of wire or fishing line for 3 miles. I don't care what tall or how strong it is or what kind of weight it can hold. It simply would sag. It would sag regardless. It just would. A parent correct his child is okay. We were all educated like that when we turned bad person. Right, listen. When I was a kid, right, we had a teacher called Mrs. What's she called? Mrs. Andrews. There was Mrs. Andrews, whose class I was in, and there was Dr. Hyde. Go figure. Dr. Hyde that was in the room next door. Now, he was violent. He was a bully, and she was a really nasty witch. You know, like something out of Dorothy. What was that called? That film. Well, she was like the Wicked Witch of the West, anyway. Right? She really was. She hated my guts, and I refused to work for that cow. I was only like 5. I mean, literally my first taste of school, and I hated her so bad. She was so nasty, and I refused to do any work. Well, Dr. Hyde would come in, and every week without fail, bent over, cane, right? The cane, fucking cane. I'm only fucking 5, and every week made me more, and it made me not want to work for them even more, right? Got to the point where I knew what I was getting each week. Didn't bother me because I was refused to work for people that treated me like shit. Hi, John. Nice to see you in, buddy. Davey. Hi, nice to see you in. It was John. It was all legal back then. Ranty should have been hit with a brick when he was a kid. Cheers. Who's to say I didn't? Who's to say I didn't? Yeah, I mean the way the kids are right now, it's. I mean, the kids nowadays would never have got away with it. I mean, they've got rules and regulations in place now which protect the children from any kind of telling off. Essentially, the teachers have got to watch every single step. Back when we were kids, we respected elders. We were brought up nice. We treated people. Look at the kids today, right? Look at all those gamer guys that Simon Dan, who apparently YouTube have been promoting to. So if you're a gamer and you do gaming sites or whatever you do, things like that, you will see in your chat, your recommendations, Simon Dan. Apparently, I've been told that that's how he got all these subscribers. Well, think about it. Most of the gamers are kids, and most of the trolls that we get in Flat Earth from the gaming side, the gaming community, or have been in the past, aka Tim Osman, etc. Right? They've all come from the gaming community, right? They don't like to lose. They're also socially awkward. And I mean that within the fact that they are enveloped in the world online. They tend not to socialize too much other than online in communities, talking through TeamSpeak, etc. So they will form cliques, bands, allegiances with people online without actually involving themselves too much in the outside world. So they are perfectly ripe for YouTube to be spamming their communities with Simon Dan. Simon Dan gets subscribers. Hell yeah, it's all the little brats, the brats that haven't had the education from that we had when we were younger. the stick, the cane, the slipper, the rubber thrown at your head, right? So we had all that, right? We respected our parents, we respected our elders, we respected just things in general. We'd get up, if we were on a bus, we would get up and we'd let the old person sit down, right? We wouldn't get angry at somebody needing a seat. Kids nowadays don't give a shit because they've never had any kind of respect. They've never been shown how to respect people. So yes, that's what they do. And these young kids, these Lottie types, these Lottie people that think they are better than anyone else and they've got all this time and they can do all the computering and stuff, and they come on and troll. That's what they do. They've got no respect because they are in the gaming community. They talk to each other like shit in the gaming community, and they get violent with each other in the gaming community, and they always try to win in the gaming community. So what better people to try and get to attack flat earthers than people from the gaming community? Because that's what they do. They're used to trolling. They're used to saying things that will wind other people up, and they have no limits because they've never been given limits as kids. Ever. Who else? Oh, Be Here and Love. Hi, nice to see you in. Lottie, what's this? So we know the Earth is flat and stationary. Yes. Lottie, where are we? Hide user on this channel. There we go. Right, what's Alan been up to? What's he said? When Rangi was a kid, he was that ugly mother fed him with a catapult. He said it was a joke. He did say JK. When Rangy, just trying to think. Is G next to T? Yeah, it could be a misspell. When Ranty was a kid, was that ugly? Ranty was a kid, he was ugly, that man fed him with a catapult. Do you know what? I'm actually going to allow that to stand. I'm going to allow whoever blocked you to stand, mate, because I don't need this kind of shit on my channel. I don't need people coming in and saying stuff like this. You know, it might seem funny to you, Alan, but essentially, I don't need it, mate. Hi, be here. Yep, that's me, Shane Ranty. Am I sharing screens right now? I am, aren't I? Yeah. So here we go. Shane Ranty. There we go. This is my Facebook. Okay. So there we go. You want to find me? Shane Ranty Cook. Underneath it should say Ranty Flat Earth, and obviously that's the profile picture. If I go over here, this is all the groups that I'm a part of. This is Daryl Marble, who I'm a friend with. Have been friends for quite some time, actually. Rants Flat Earth Group. This is the group that I made. So if you want to add yourself to this group, just search it there. Can't miss it. It's got a big question mark on the sun. Sorry, on the Earth. And yeah, got plenty of discussions going on here. Blah 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 blah. And I only set this up about a week ago now. So we have this new members this week, etc. How many members do we have? 67. So if you want to be a part of that, that's great. The bigger this group gets, the more exposure we can get, and we can start making headway with stuff. You can't stand Facebook anymore. Yeah, I can't. And do you know something else? And this is the thing. So we had Facebook, and don't get me wrong, I know Owen's going to go on about this because he said it before, but Alex Jones, right? Now, if it hadn't been for Alex Jones, I would never have found Flat Earth. Now, I haven't watched Alex Jones for about 9 months. However, before I actually before I actually forgot, I've lost my track now. Before I found Flat Earth, I used to watch InfoWars and Alex Jones religiously every day. So I would find the two or three most interesting articles that they posted, and I'd watch them. And occasionally I'd watch them live. And then there was this, what was he called? Who's that bloody guy that they had? They had a guy on there. They sat down in a pub, and they were talking about Flat Earth. Eddie Bravo, that was it. And he said, Eddie Bravo proves Flat Earth, right? Now, bearing in mind that I think I'd checked every conspiracy going from 9/11, 7/11, the Gulf War, everything, you name it, anything you can think of. I looked into everything, Sandy Hook, you name it. And I'd always seen these occasional pop-ups for Flat Earth, and I always thought, I'm never going to watch that. Hell no. Such retardedness. No, I'm not going to watch that. That's just ridiculous. Who believes the Earth is flat? What bellends? That's what I thought. That is what I thought. And when InfoWars put this video out, and I remember it specifically because they were saying how they were being targeted financially in the lead up to this release of this video. They've been targeted financially. They were being screwed by this company, and this company, and they were having money taken off them here, there, and everywhere. And they were going to fight back with all their will, right? This is what they were saying, right? So they were going to fight back, and like a couple of hours later, they released this video, and it was from Eddie Bravo proves the flat Earth, right? And of course, it came from InfoWars, so it intrigued me. So I thought, you know what, I'll watch it. So I think it was on for about 50 minutes, and I don't know what it was. I mean, it wasn't the content. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't that he had some evidence that just made me go wow, but he asked questions that made me ask questions, and he was so passionate about it that I actually thought, this guy really, really believes it, and he's he essentially is somewhat of a star, and like Eddie Bravo, oh come on, right? And it just got to the point where I thought, and I watched it, and it stayed in me for the rest of the night. And then the following day, I thought I'll watch the video again. So I went to Alex Jones's channel to look at it again, and they'd removed it, they'd taken it off, and they had an article that said, like a YouTube video, only a short one, that basically said that all of their finances had been reinstated. So all of the funding that they were going to have caught, all of these other people that were going to take money off of them, blah, blah, blah. It'd all gone away. Hi, Sandra. Nice to see you. So it'd all gone away. All their worries and woes had been pushed to one side. And I was like, what the fuck? Because this had been going on for weeks, and they'd finally got to the point where they'd managed to take money off of him, and it was like, oh, he's in for a world of shit now. He puts a video about Flat Earth out, and the next day all this stuff's back again. And I was like, that, because obviously I've got a conspiratorial mind, so I was like, fuck me, well, that might mean something. Maybe him putting that video out was like a slap in the face to the establishment, and that kind of made them take a second look at his channel and decide, you know what, he has popularity to wake people up to Flat Earth. We better give him his money. And that's what I did, right? So I started looking into Flat Earth then. And then within a couple of weeks, what do you know? Full on Flat Earther. But anyway, besides the point, I stopped watching Alex Jones about 9 months ago. It's not that I didn't find him interesting or they didn't have valid points, but it's also the fact that how was he able to exist? How was he able to exist in the world that I knew, which was that they suppress free speech and they target people that talk like he was talking? And if everything he said was true, why are they allowing that to be to be spoken? Why is he immune to this kind of prosecution? Essentially, what's going on now, it could also be another psyop inside of the psyop, and it could have all been planned long ago that he was going to be this, that, and the other, right? And it would give him some kind of credibility. However, the simple fact that they have silenced his channel, regardless of whether we believe he was a gatekeeper or what have you, the simple fact that they took his channel off of him and everything else and banned him here, there, and everywhere, I don't believe that. I don't believe that should be allowed. Free speech. You're allowed to communicate your speech and thoughts and beliefs to other people. I don't know what it was that he said that essentially got him blocked or kicked off these platforms, but whatever he said, he still had an audience of people. He still had that audience. And a lot of the stuff that he said has turned out to be true. So he is an enigma in my mind, because if he was allowed to keep his channel for so long, why was he allowed to? At what point did they decide to silence him? Was it planned or was it not? And was he there to just simply inform the skeptical people of what was to come, so that they wouldn't be outraged when it did happen? Like, draw in the people that are awake to this stuff, tell them that it's going to happen, let it happen, and then they won't be enraged as they normally would be enraged, because in their mind that's justifying their belief. So all they will do is talk about it and brag about how correct they were and he was and everyone else was, and they're all patting themselves on the back whilst the establishment get away with doing what they did. What a good way. Bring in all the people that are skeptical, tell them something's going to happen, make it happen. All those people are too busy congratulating each other on the fact that they were right and looking for the next conspiracy, rather than being outraged and, like the normal population would do, that can see it for what it is, be up in arms about it. Right, back in 1 minute, just need the loot. Fifth pint already. Actually, no, because I mean, it's it's not quite the fifth pint. It's the second pint, to be fair. When I'm out, I tend to drink a lot more. Yeah, he was pushing the pro-Israel narrative, yes, but then more recently, to be fair, he actually went the other way. He did go the other way. So like RT News and stuff, I tend to look at RT News and think, you know what, I'd rather listen to their stuff, RT News, than our own news. But here we go. This is that overthepolls2018.com. It now resolves to wix.com. Go figure that. I'll refresh it again and see whether it's open. Certainly isn't open again. It's gone. You see, if you're doing stuff as the amount of money that these guys have taken for doing this kind of stuff, a website, it doesn't cost that much to host. I think you can get a 99% up rate for about 10 quid a month. So you can have your website running for 99.9% of the month guaranteed for a tenner. So there's no reason why this over the poll should not be resolving at all. It should be there, and it's not. How are there any Boer believers in Holland? Really curious why not loads of FE from there, meant to be dead flat. It is, apparently. Holland is essentially a plane. Like, you know, you can check it out. It is flat as a pancake. But we're told it's a ball from being children. And if you tell a lie for long enough, from young enough, and you repeat it, you know, the majority of people will believe it. It's just the way it is. They say, show me a man. Sorry, give me the boy until he's 7 and I'll show you the man. I do believe that Greater Sapien was due to go on the trip. I do believe that he had a GoFundMe for that or something similar. And I think he raised nearly $20,000 for that. So whether or not he gets his money back, whether he paid the money, I don't know. I can't answer that. I just don't know. We can speculate. We know he had the money for the trip. We know the trip has essentially been cancelled due to the fact that the owners of the website appear to have many other domain sites, including things like, well, I'm not really going to say right now because we need to track these people down. If a lot of countries are not showing curve, it should be easy to find over the seas. I have a theory about that, you know. I have a theory that in deep water, which obviously moves fast. Water moves faster in deep water than it does in shallow water. Right, I wonder if I've got anything. Oh, here we go. Google Earth. So let's clear that. Let's get rid of that. Now, I think when we look on these maps and we look at things like the UK. So here we are, we're looking at the UK, and we have these light blue areas around around the coast. Now, I don't know whether that's put in there just for effect. However, I do believe they are trying to show the depth of the sea floor. So in this area here, it's going to be deeper, but we know that water travels faster in these areas. And I think the faster the water flows, the more, the higher the waves and the more evaporation and stuff happens. I just feel that that's what happens. It churns it up more, faster water, faster thing. So I think trying to see from like, here we go. So trying to see from Scotland to Iceland, right? I don't think it would matter what kind of camera you had, because you'd be looking through the nice calm waters, or relatively calm waters, into the deep waters that travel a lot faster, and there's a lot, a lot more going off around there. You get 30-40 foot waves in these areas. You might get 3 or 4 foot waves. Occasionally in storms you might get 10-12 foot waves, but in these areas where the deep water is, where it travels faster, you get really big waves. There is no way that you would ever be able to see Iceland from Scotland across this type of water. So what you need to look for is places where it's not very deep. So maybe at some point from here, Peterhead perhaps. So maybe at some point there will come a point, if it was really, if you were really lucky and you had the conditions that were really great. Maybe not actually. It's quite a way. It's a 300 mile. It's 300 miles to these places. I mean, there are some high mountains there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, what, 780 meters? So what, 2,500 feet? So who knows? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, maybe you would see it from the mountains, mountain to mountain. So perhaps here, where you've got a 1,000-foot mountain, that 1,000-meter mountain there, looking over at a mountain range over here that's 1,000 meters. That might work. That could work. Now that would be 417 miles, because you'd be looking over this relatively shallow water. 417 miles, 1,000 meters, 1,000 meters. It's possible, with the right weather conditions, you could do that. That is a possibility. Maybe with the infrared, who knows? But that is definitely possible. I'm going to save that, because I might actually look into perhaps trying that. I think I will actually try doing that. That's intrigued me. 1,000 meters, 1,000 meters, high enough. Now I know that from 322 feet, I've seen the Isle of Man, which was 70 miles away, from 322 feet. So from 3,000 feet, looking at something that's also 3,000 feet with a modified camera, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. That is on my to-do list. On this experiment, this test is on my to-do list. Right, okay, so did I ever address the central point of Jerry Williams' video about beam divergence? Right, okay. Yes and no. Right, and that's because there is a calculator that you can use that does show beam divergence. So MRAD 2.5, 2.5 MRAD, it would expand to a certain point over a certain distance. However, we do see the divergence, because you are seeing the spread of the beam, as in you can see it in Daryl's camera. So when he's looking and the light strikes the camera, you can also see the divergence around the outside. So it's like looking at Jupiter and Jupiter's moons around it. So you've got the spread. You can definitely see the spread, but you also know that you're looking directly into the beam itself. It's like if you ever get someone shining a light into your eyes, it's the same sort of effect. So if you live in we don't live in Blackpool, but I live in Blackpool, so you see lights all the time. So it's exactly what you'd expect to see, bit of beam divergence. However, there are lasers that you can get that don't have that 2.5 MRAD, they actually are a lot less than that. And I think doing tests over like 3 or 4 miles with a low MRAD divergence on the beam is going to be very helpful going forward. But did I address it directly in any of our videos about that? No. Apart from the fact that we know that he didn't see a half semicircle light, which he said that he would see. So he said that it would hit the horizon from its source. So the source is sending that laser. By the time it hits the horizon, it's already spread by so far. Let's say it's spread 10 feet. So you would have a semicircle 10 feet of with the beam divergence, and it would be in a semicircle formation. We never saw that in the video. So his assumption that that's what you would see never actually transpired. We actually saw a circle, not a semicircle. So it never actually hit the horizon. Who else have we got in? Hi, John. Nice to see you in. Jamie's still in. Jamie, are you going live today, mate, or have you already been live? If anybody hasn't already subscribed to Jamie Brown, Jamie Brown does his own live streams. He gets all kinds of different guests in, and he can also hold the show down on his own if he needs to. He's someone I met last year. Doesn't live too far away from me, to be fair. Right, people who, what's this saying? What that says. Well, you've just subbed to Jamie, right? Okay, nice one, Ricky. If you've never come across Jamie before, you should enjoy his live streams. I know he does it on Twitch. I think he normally goes live on Twitch first, so if you're on Twitch as well, you can probably find him on there. He's got a Jamie Brown live as well, so in case he gets he did get porn bombed at some point, so he wasn't able to live stream on his Jamie Brown, but he did get a Jamie Brown live as well, so you can find him there. And that's the other thing. That's something that we have to be very careful of. It's like displaying the link. It's like I would guarantee now that, right, sharing my link would get somebody coming in and joining the live stream by literally typing out the exact word for word URL that is in the live stream link, joining the chat, kicking me out of my own Hangout, and then having 5 minutes of fun, which you could just go and search any kind of all kind of porn videos you can think of, and simultaneously at the same time reporting the stream. So they'll be clicking report for porn, report for porn, report for porn. Next thing you know, you've got a strike against you, and all because you've shared the link, right? You shared the link, the only thing you've done, and it's your stream, something that you're involved with, it's something that you've done. You haven't asked anyone to come in and do this, but this is what the ballers do. And this is why I say when they appeal to the gamer type people, because they're all clued up, you know, all this kind of stuff. And they think it's fun to do this. But it's not fun, especially if you're on the receiving end. And I know Jamie has an open platform. And for anyone to have porn bombed his channel, Jamie Brown here, if anyone, when they porned his channel, I remember it. And it was really bad because he allowed anybody to come in, and it was an open platform, and people abused that. And I think that woke him up to just how nasty these people can be. And give them the chance. I guarantee you, give them the chance. If right now I displayed the Hangout link, I would be porn bombed, guaranteed. Right, Awake Souls is doing the live stream, continuing the CGI allegations. Let him. Don't give a shit. Nobody watches this crap. In fact, I'll tell you, I tell you what, right, let's do this for the fun, yeah? Let's just look at Awake Souls, right? I'm going to just look at his Flat Earth, right? Awake Souls. Awake Souls. And let's just see how many people he's got watching his live stream, right? 34. Right, he's got how many subscribers? 16, nearly 17,000 subscribers, and he has 34 watching. And I have, how many subscribers do I have? Coming up to 900, and I have 44 watching. Nobody listens to his shit, and he just buys all his subs. Right, it weren't Porn Bomb, it was copyright strike. Okay, fair enough. Well, we know that like people like PMARS do go in and porn bomb sites and channels. It happens. It's what they do. The low lives. What a pair of divs, yeah. The thing is, right, I don't even care what they say. At the end of the day, some boys came in and played copyright material. Right, exactly. And somebody reported it too. So it's not just that they played it, it's they played it and they reported it too. But yeah, I mean, I've been down to, I've tried to accommodate Awake Souls, and 3 times I have actually said I'll go down and do a live stream. It's not my problem that the weather changed and I wasn't able to get them there seeing the wind turbines as they are. It's the way it is. Buy the subs, get the chicks. Get the chicks. There's, I don't know. It seems like there's probably 90% blokes on Flat Earth and only 10% of the chicks. So somebody's getting all the chicks, definitely, but the few and far between. What else have we got? Should we have a look at? Should we check in on Awake Souls? And he's got me in my title. Oh, here we go. He's apparently doing something with my. I'm just going to pause it. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look what he's putting. Right, Danger Man 5. This is interesting because okay, yes, I am a painter and decorator, and I am from Blackpool. Where's he get? So then he's defending me. So he's in some way he is doxing me, but that's not an issue because I've already been doxed with house number, telephone number, etc. in the past. It's not an issue. So in some way he's doxing me, but then he's defending me. Bob Ranty is a retard. Okay, fair enough if you believe so. So Bob, let's just have a look at your channel. Let's just go to your channel. And oh, what a surprise. No subscribers. The channel doesn't have any content. It's all blocked off. You don't see anything apart from a homepage. And it has the most unique name ever, Bob, with no image. Right. Okay. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate your input. I totally respect your opinion, Bob. Who else have we got? QNFEE's Ranty the Retard. Okay, let's have a look at UNFEE. Oh, well. Look at this dude. I am going to have to pay some attention to this guy. Let's have a look what we've got here. Let's see. Videos. Right. Oh, I'm going to have some fun with this guy if he's a baller. What? Does anyone know this guy? It looks to me. Hang on. Yeah. Fake planes and real clouds. What the hell is he going on about? Wrong models explode. Right, so he's re-uploaded that. Right, let's go like shill. Right, so essentially he's a glober, right? Oh, hang on. Big finger to the global science. I can't make this guy out. Right, can anybody help me? Does anybody know this dude? QN Fees. Does anybody know this guy? Right, QN Fees isn't a baller. Right, so he's a flatty. So what the fuck? Right, let's have a look. What the fuck? Right, let's have a look over here. Ranty the retard. Ranty the retard. What the fuck, man? Right, what do you do on your fucking channel? Right, let's see what the hell you do. Right, you film the sun, you film a plane, you film a plane, you film the sky. Right, you don't do any live streams, or so it wouldn't appear. When did you come on the scene? It looks like you've been around for a while. Right, well, without actually speaking to you and knowing you, right, I'm not going to be hypercritical. But the simple fact that you're either responding to saying Ranty the retard as in like a question mark, or Ranty is a retard. So you're on my radar now, son. Better check my videos and then you can ask smarter questions, right? Ranty is thick as a brick, by the way. Really? Okay, I'll debate you anytime you want, Zell. Right, well, it was interesting stopping by and just having a quick look. But this fella, whatever he's called, QNFEEs, needs to get his fucking shit together. Pete Shea, nice to see you in here, mate. Right, let's see who's got up here. Right, he's a flatty, but he's a whiner. Right, okay. There's no room on Flat Earth for whiners, that's for sure. You have to have a fair old shark skin on the back to be a flat earther. If you whine about stuff, you don't last very long. Yeah, Davey, hell yes. 34 watching that pile of shit. Right, and probably half of them are his fucking his own his own sock account, right? And like you say, 51 watching mine. And what's hilarious is that the people that are watching, I mean, I don't know what they're going to be saying, but essentially they're going to be saying, in my opinion, they're going to be saying, well, how does he have time to edit in all this kind of CGI stuff? And other people like P900 Coolpix who are doing the same stuff, is she doing it too? But then I think Sandra was accused of being my mother. Right, so Sandra, apparently you're my mum. We must work off the same computer program, the same setup. And yeah. And we all must be CGI wizards that's sitting on flat Earth. Yeah. Happy days. Oh, right. You was accused of being me. Okay. So you weren't my mum. Oh, damn it. Oh, well. Right, let's see what these other dimwits are saying in here. So Yawaha's daughter. Right, okay. Zell. I'm only looking for the shit talkers. That's all I'm doing. Chemtrails are not chemicals being sprayed. Really? Is that, I don't know if he believes that or he's just quoting that. There isn't that many people speaking. I mean, I literally look back at this, Ranty as a retard, and then I go one flick of the mouse and it's down to the bottom. So, like, there isn't that many people chatting for 37 people watching. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody talking about me, which is fine. That's all good. They can have the little love in there. What's this? What's your #1 image? I've got loads of images. Lazy boy researcher. Which one would you like? Would you like the Blackpool Tower from Hoylake? Would you like the lighthouse from Hoylake that was 30 miles away in Wales? Would you like the Isle of Man that was 70 miles away from Wales? Would you like the Isle of Man from Cleveleys Beach, again, which was 65 miles away? Would you like Barrow Furnace from Blackpool from 1 foot observation that was 18 miles away? Would you like the wind turbines from Fleetwood, looking over towards Wales? And we're essentially what? I think they're about 42 miles away. Would you like that? I mean, name your. Which one do you want? Tell me which one. You can have any you want. Which one do you want? You name it. You choose. I've got a list as long as my arm of flat Earth proofs. Take your pick. Which one do you want? Harwin versus Awake Souls. Hell yeah. If you guys have come into my debate right now and you're in, and there's 50 of you guys watching, stay in this fucking chat. I don't care. I would love you guys to stay in just throughout this, the rest of this hangout. Just stay in simply so that I have more live people watching my live stream than his live stream. And this guy apparently has, wait for it, 16,000 subscribers, and he's only get less than 40 watching, and he's even included my name in the title, right? With lies in it as well. I mean, you know, if you're trying to drum up entertainment for your channel and you're trying to drum up excitement, you're going to say ranty lies, you know, because that is going to drive people to your stream. Ranty lying, hell yeah, we want to get in there. We want to see what he's lying about. God damn it, yeah, let's get in there. He still hasn't got 40 watching. He's been going an hour, right, with ranty lies. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? And he can't. And I've just got a general chit chat with fucking 800 subscribers, and I'm kicking his ass. Nobody believes those punks. So yeah, stay in. And do you know something? He was the one that thumbs it down. I'd only just started live streaming. I had, I think it was 1 like, no dislikes, and then it went to like 22 or 23 dislikes. And it was all Limitless channel coming in, the Wake Souls, boom, 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 dislike, 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 which is fair enough. They're entitled to their opinion, but obviously it's just the one person doing that. And now we've equalized it. So they've had the little hissy fit. They've pumped in a fair few dislikes. But you know what, guys? I appreciate you guys for sticking around and showing your support with the old thumbs up there. They still haven't got 40 watching, which is funny. And actually, I'm one of these. So this will actually be registered as one of me watching this. Keep calling them out, Awake Souls. Go on the final countdown. Yeah. Keep calling me out. Call me out, mate. Because I've got so much evidence, mate. These guys have got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, damn, I've lost. Oh, it's gone back up again. Here we go. Right. Here we go. If they come and show me proofs, they haven't been there. I won't be surprised. Right. When he said that about the divergence, I checked his numbers and came up with a 48-foot beam, which is half of what he originally quoted. Yes, he did. Well, do you know why? Because he quoted a 5 MRAD in his video, which I pulled him up on that in my last video, not the last video about him, but the one before that, because I realized that it was a 2.5 MRAD that he was using as opposed to a 5. So he essentially had to half the amounts that he put out. He just brought 10 viewers. He's got nothing though. That's the thing. It's like This guy has nothing. It's like, you can say to me, right, here we go, just for the fun of it, right? So yeah, I did this meme, of how can this actually even exist in this temperature? Because in the atmosphere that it's not atmosphere, but in the region of space that we're supposed to believe that it's in right now on this image, let's scroll in a bit so you can see. So it's not too far away from the sun, right? We're apparently supposed to be 93 million miles away, and yet you can go to the Sahara Desert and it will reach temperatures in the 100 degrees, right? Whereas this little heat shield, at the front is going to protect it from the sun's heat, right? Well, what about the ambient heat that's in this general location? So imagine yourself, you're under a grill or you're in an oven, right? So you're facing the actual source of the heat with your heat shield. That still doesn't stop the fact that you're in a 200-degree warm temperature because you're in an oven and it's set to 200 degrees. You're protected from the direct heat from the source, but you're still in the atmosphere, the region that's baking you. That's how you get things baked. So this is the design of this apparent sun thing. And what about all the components inside of it? Why aren't they melting? I mean, because the shield is only protecting from the rays dead on from the sun. What about the ambient heat that's there? The 800, the 1200 degrees that it's in right now. Why isn't it frying its electronics, just making it a worthless pile of junk? Yeah, got to think outside the box when you look at these things, because to the sheep that's important. They look at that and they go, oh yeah, just like the lunar re-entry model that came back from the moon missions, and it was able to penetrate the Earth, and it had the heat shield at the front, and yeah, it survived, and the people inside it survived. It's definitely going to work in this region of space. Going to work in this region of space. It's probably a couple of million miles away from the sun. Temperatures in the thousands of degrees. Yeah. But people are stupid. People are stupid. Shall I look at you'll see a bit of curvature, guys. This is Soundly's work. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that beautiful curve there. Oh, I love taking the piss out of this guy. Can you actually believe that he released this video and said it was curvature of the Earth? When you look at this and you understand everything, the work that I've been doing for the past year, everything that we've talked about on Nathan's, to the point where we've actually been able to nail down comparisons, specifics, compression, all this, the water layer, everything. We're able to look at this now, and you guys can look. I know that you guys can look through this and you can see what's going on. You don't see curvature of the Earth. You know implicitly, if you've been watching the debates, following my progress, following the work we've been doing, you know that when you look at this now, you're not looking at curvature. You know what you're looking at. Atmospherics and optics is what you're looking at. And yet this Soundly guy had somebody model it in AutoCAD or whatever it was, CAD, whichever you call it. And they modeled it, and what do you know? They modeled it and it matched the circumference of the Earth. So over less than 20 miles, what you're looking at now, according to the ballers that have been modeling it in CAD, this is how we should see our world. This is the curvature that we should expect to see. This right now is absolutely 100% proof of curvature in their opinion. Do you realize how retarded that is? Have you ever looked out across the water and seen that happen? Ever? This is how disingenuous they are. They modeled this. They modeled it and was able to make the model predict that this was how it would be on a bald Earth. Do you realize if this was true, we would live on a world that was perhaps 80 miles in radius. That's it. Just absolutely retarded. And we'll listen to these idiots. Or people listen to these idiots. It's an insult. Yes, it is an insult to one's intelligence. It is. I knew as soon as he started putting this stuff out, right? Because I've done photography and I have a P900. So as soon as he started coming on the scene, he came on the scene when I came on the scene, not long after or at the same time. And I was seeing how he was actually manipulating his camera position to get into these positions that were able to capture things looking like that. And I think his lessons and not his lessons, but his videos has worn onto my research, which is why when you see me going up and down, like up down the stairs and to different elevations and stuff, I do that to show you how you can manipulate the evidence. You can manipulate it by getting down into a certain position and changing the camera lens and things like this. And I'm doing it. It's not just for the elevation changes, but it's also to show you guys that this is what Soundly does. And when I do the black hole over Blackpool, so I can go down to the same place on Cleveland's beach. I can look in the same direction. I can look at this rock. There's a rock that's half buried in the sand, right? And guaranteed, the conditions are all, I would say 90% of the time, the conditions are refractive enough to make it look as if that is a black hole. I shit you not, right? The mirroring effects of the sky mirroring underneath it, and also it reflects the actual rock underneath itself to create this apparent black hole, right? And I can do that every time. And I could go down and I could take these videos and I could say, hey, there's a black hole over Blackpool. Yeah. And I could film that every day, right? And you guys would be like, holy shit, there must be a black hole over Blackpool. But no, it's just getting into that right position to make it appear that there's a black hole over Blackpool, which is utter bullshit because it's just a fucking rock in the sand. A big rock, right? But it's what they do. And it's why I think a lot of people appreciate the work I do, which is the fact that I will show the good and I'll show the bad and I'll show how it was achieved. In other words, the elevation changes. And I can do that. And then I can calculate what's going on. Or at least if I can't calculate it, I can at least pose the question or come up with a solution to what we've seen. We don't get anywhere by hiding evidence, right? Somebody said to me today, right? Somebody said on my comments, I can't believe you're showing this. Why are you showing this? Blah, 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 blah. Call yourself a flat earther. And I responded, let me see if I can find that comment. Let me see if I can find the comment. Right, here we go. Notifications. Right. Notifications. Let me see if I can find the comment because it was a while back now. I did respond to it, so let's just see. Right, it was this morning. Here we go. There we go. Jim Morrison. Now, I'm not too sure whether he's a bald earther or a flat earther. However, this was his comment. Really, what is your point? All you are doing is providing video evidence of the globe Earth. so that Globers don't have to bother providing it. Your video shows very clearly the main arguments of the Globers, that the bottom of the building should be hidden by the curvature, which is exactly what your video shows. Thanks again, right? So they're taking this video, right, and bearing in mind, we can already see, right, just on the when I pause it, we can already see, firstly, that this wave that's no more than a foot high is already in the background, in relation to this building in the background, is probably covering up at least 15 feet of the building, at least, right, if not more. This is in the foreground, that's in the background. We also see the mirroring effects that's going on. We can see the mirroring effect starts here. I can see it on my computer. I don't know if you can see, you guys can see it there, but I can actually see this mirroring effect. It's weak. It's a weak mirroring effect to the point where you can actually see the rooftops of these buildings here, but it is evidenced because this isn't how this building looks at the bottom. In any event, he says that this is proof of curvature, which I say is horse manure. So I reply with this. So you would prefer I didn't film our world and use this very valuable piece of information to add to my ever-growing library of evidence? I assume he would. By the way, I do assume that that's what he would prefer, that I would put down my camera and not film anything. You think this is curvature, and yet you couldn't be any further from the truth. There is a ton of stuff going on, which there is, and little by little we are understanding it, including and not limited to the effects the tide has in this location as it sweeps in and out, right? So that is another thing that we need to investigate. And honestly, this is another dumb comment from someone who cannot see past what is shown. Very sad indeed, and it is. It's literally, you take things on face value. They look at this, they see the wind turbines in the background, and they say that's curvature. No, it's not. And we're learning how it's been co-opted, and our visual eyes have been tricked. And this is what we do. This is through experimentation and testing and repeated testing. And the balls just won't, for whatever reason, accept it. It's not what I do. You know, I'm get down and dirty and I find the evidence and I don't give a shit. And I'll show it good, I'll show it bad. But eventually, this evidence will help to solidify some kind of results for everybody. It's no good flat earthers just putting flat earth proofs out all the time. It isn't. That isn't how the world works. You know, you can't just cherry pick. And I'm not in flat earth just to show the cherry picking side of stuff. I'm in flat earth to try and work out where the hell I live. What do I live on? Where are we? What is this space that we've been given to live in? You know, cherry picking, that isn't going to fucking do anything. You're always going to have two opposing sides. If there was two lots of cherry pickers on each side, you'd never find the in between. You'd never get the answers in the middle. You would never get that piece of information that makes that person actually question his own beliefs and start to believe the other side and realize how the deceptions happened. And you're never going to get that if you just show cherry picking all the time. You've got to get out and you've got to do systematic research. You've got to get down. You've got to get dirty. You've got to get wet. You've got to put the time in. You've got to put the effort in. You've got to do this. And if you don't do it and you just cherry pick and you just always show cherry picking, nobody is going to find the answers because you're hiding stuff. So anybody that ever says to me, you're showing this or you're showing that, no, I'm showing the real world. Don't tell me that I should be hiding stuff. I see what I see, and I try to show other people what is going on. And if they are too dumb to understand what's going on, it's not my fault. Who else is in? Who else do we have in? Utin? O double leg FPV. Nice to see you in. You'll be glad to know that, what are we now? We are 20th of August, so 20th of August. So in less than a month, I'll only be doing 30 minutes. Right, Ranty, some people are presenting evidence showing your photoshopped evidence. Okay. So they're photoshopped. Right, okay. You say so. You say so. Hey, Sandra, apparently some people are showing my photoshopped evidences. I love it. I love it. I'm glad they've doubled down actually, because we have them on Nathan's saying that not only will they give me the biggest apology that YouTube has ever seen, right? But now they're going to double down. This is even better. This is even. If I was going to get the biggest apology that YouTube had ever known before they went live and did this kind of, again, this hit piece, etc. Imagine the apology I'm going to get when we get some good weather tomorrow. You see, they went a little too early. If they'd just held off, if they'd just not released the load, if they'd just saved it, and just that extra one day, if they'd have held it in for another one day, they'd have seen at essentially 6 o'clock tomorrow night that the turbines are real in live on a live stream. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, it's so funny. So funny. These clowns haven't got a clue. I'll tell you something, I'm going to show you some stuff now, because the last time I actually managed to film anything of note, because we've had so much crappy weather, was 13th of August. And I didn't release any of this stuff because essentially it's not that good. Although, here we go, look at this one, right? Right, so things disappear from the bottom up, do they? Right, so here we have Blackpool Tower, right? Obviously, I'm filming over a roof that's in the foreground. So we've got the roof in the foreground. In the distance, we have Blackpool Tower. Now, they say that things disappear from the bottom up, yeah? That's their claim, curvature of the Earth. So, as things disappear from the bottom up curved Earth, what the hell's that? Where's the top of Blackpool Tower gone? What does that mean? Where's Blackpool Tower gone? What the fuck? Weather conditions. Weather conditions. Stop us seeing very far. But nobody's ever seen that. Nobody's ever seen that video. It's just another video that I've taken. Just another video that I've taken. Do you know how many videos I actually have? Thousands. Fake flat earthers are getting annoyed and realizing shit is actually flat. Flat for real. Yeah, exactly. You're spot on. I'll tell you what, if everybody, right, I don't know who you are. I genuinely don't. I don't know that you're a male or a female. I don't know whether you're old, whether you're young, but you certainly type fast. And you've either got things ready to go, like on a hotkey, but hell yeah, you can hand it to him. Jockey, nice to see you in, mate. Nice to see you in. Truth Seeker, I see a lot of controlled dialogue, actors, and Okay, well, do you think I'm, what is it? Controlled dialogue. Do you think this dialogue is controlled right now? Because if you're looking for somebody to put into that category, would you say that the dialogue right now is controlled? I don't think so. But this is my third bottle now. Seems like Nathan wants to stagnate Globers. Want to stagnate most others in the middle of our two. Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to disagree, and there's a reason why I'm going to disagree. And just let me mod you up, mate. Not control, but Patricia's dearest. Well, I'm not. I've spoken to Patricia on Skype. You know, I'm in contact with her, and I cannot say for sure that I agree with that statement. Obviously, yes, actors can pull the wool over anybody's eyes, but for somebody to do it for the length of time that she's doing it consistently, she would have to be exceptional. And I don't see there's any point. But you know, I mean, maybe you know something that I don't. Going back to Nathan's, where are we? Nathan. You said something up here, right? Stagnate Globers and stagnate most. Right. No, I think you've got it the wrong way around. I think what happens is we stagnate a point, so or a single point. The problem is that when you have a debate, a normal debate will go question answer question answer question answer. At the end of it, nobody's got anywhere, right? And then the same thing's repeated the next day. Question answer question answer question answer. Nothing gets resolved, right? But what Nathan does, and what we try to do, is stick to one point, and it might take 2 days, it might take a week, it might take a month, but we stick to one single point. And that is a point that's their argument. So they've had an argument that they've been able to hold over us, or been able to bring it up, and we've never really got a conclusion over because the debates have always ended. So what we do now is we systematically stick to one argument, one piece of their puzzle, and bit by bit, it's like, you know, if you've got a nail, imagine you've got a coffin and you've got 50 nails in the coffin, and you're trying to release the lid from the coffin. You need to take each individual nail out one at a time. It's no good just grabbing the whole coffin lid and shaking the coffin in the hope that the lid's going to come off. No, what you do is you take each individual nail or screw and you take it out one by one. And that's why Nathan does his housekeeping at the start of every debate. It's because housekeeping isn't essentially just housekeeping, it's a record of wins that we have had in the past 8 months on flat Earth versus globe Earth, right? Each one of those housekeepings is important. It's like a nail in their coffin that we have systematically over days and weeks won that argument to the point that they have no argument left. And when it's to the point that they have no argument left, it is then added to the housekeeping list. So when we talk about the molten iron core, we talk about gravity, and we talk about the pressurized system next to a non-pressurized system, all that stuff came about through systematic keeping on target day after day after day, week after week, hammering home the point, getting to the point where the Globers could not respond because we had every base covered. And once we had every base covered, we had all the arguments answered, we knew that that could be added to housekeeping. Housekeeping is important. So when you say that we stagnate the Globers, no, we stagnate the points. But it is important. And every time we do housekeeping at the start of every show, it's a list of our victories over the globe, every single one of them, because not a single one of those victories that we call housekeeping can the Globers ever use against us in the future. Not a single one. They may try, but we have the arguments. We've already quelled them. We've already destroyed them. They don't have an answer for that. So Truth Seeker, I know what you're saying. It does seem pedantic. The shows go on. it does seem to stagnate. I appreciate what you're saying, but you don't see the bigger picture. There is a big picture, and there's a big damn old coffin that we have to get the lid off. And every single screw that we take out takes weeks to get out. They've had 2,000 years to implement those screws, and we're dismantling them in weeks. In weeks. So it's not like you see it at all. And I hope I answered that with passion and you appreciated what I actually said there, because I meant every single word of that. I did it, you know, I mean, Truth Seeker, I agree you guys are ace at beating a dead horse and provides points that are already debunked. Okay, well, I take, right, well, Truth Seeker, right, okay, here we go. Here's a question for you, right? And a task for you, right? Every day, Nathan does 2 shows, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. And every day, either myself or Anthony will at least be on the panel, right? And you're saying that we're beating it, firstly, beating dead horses, which I don't disagree. I don't agree with, because people, the ballers are still bringing up the arguments, or trying to at least. We then don't give them the opportunity to, because we can debunk them. Proving points that have already been debunked, right? Okay, at some point in this world, we do have things like Mark Sargent and a few other people that have put videos out that can debunk this and can debunk that, but not on a regular basis, not every single day. Every single day, we remind people of the wins that we've had. We remind people that there is no science on flat Earth. There is no science for their religion. Every single day, we remind them of this. And you say we're beating dead horses. No, we're sharpening our swords. We're educating the people that come in and listen to the debates. They take away something every single time they come to the show and they watch it. And then they can spread that to other people that watch, or other people that are interested. So then when they're in the pub and they might have seen Nathan, myself, or Anthony talking about this kind of stuff, gravity, talking about non-pressurized system next to a pressurized system, this kind of stuff, they will be educated enough to respond to them. And you think it's boring? No. We are doing a massive, 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 great deed to humanity by what we do. You see it as boring because you want things to move on. But we are such a small portion of the human race right now that we have to spread the truth that we know. And we do that every day. And you can sit there and you can say your shit, but I don't see your activism. All I see is you flapping your mouth. That's what I see. Keyboard warrior. Chatting shit. Do you get out there and do you do this stuff? Do you go on the show every day? Do you try and debate the good ballers every day? No, you sit in the fucking side chat and just talk shit. You play both sides of the argument, like you said. Fuck you, you motherfucker. Get fucked. Get the fuck. Hide you on the channel. Get stuffed. Do one. Piss off. I ain't got time for that fucking shit. Yeah, he's gone. Fuck him. Anthony, nice to see you in. Okay, so Nathan's getting a bit of steam for the Arnold thing. What do you mean? It does sound bad, but when you know what really happened, you can just laugh at them. What happened, Anthony? Do you want to kind of elaborate a little bit? He's going to make a response video, though. Okay. Nothing actually happened, but on the mic, it sounded like he smacked her, which is a fair interpretation. So you kind of agree it sounded like a smack. but it's not what happened in real life. Okay. Okay, that point you made, which is really Christmas, that's chips from a mole. Right, I have. Right. Okay, so apparently there's a bit of something that might have gone on today. Nathan's and the ballers are going ballistic over it like they would do. Cat's eyes. Hello. Okay. You are now added as a moderator. He just put a funny video about it. Right. Okay. Nathan's response. Okay. Can you play my video, please? Yep. I would love to play your video, but I can't get the sounds to work through my thing. So, guys, if you right click, do I need sound? I would need sound, I would think. If I right click, if you right click it, the link, and then you open in a new tab, and then obviously you'll see it opening up here, and you can click on it. So I don't know if I need sound to hear it. Let's have a look. Is that it? Is that it? Hang on, let's listen. Right, okay. So essentially, he's just introducing imagining like you just starting the show off and he's doing his introduction. So he's just talking his introduction. He's got Eleanor with a massive bandage on her forehead. He's just said he did not strike his daughter. The sound you actually heard coming through the microphone came from Anthony Riley's microphone. Oh, come on, Nathan! If you hadn't just said thank you, if you'd just said white noise proves it. Oh my god! If you'd just done that, white noise proves it. Damn, that would have been so funny. If you'd just said white noise proves it, that would have been the cherry on the cake. Oh. The sound guy said so. Yeah, that's it. The sound guy said that it was the white noise that proves you're lying, Nathan. It didn't come from Anthony's fucking side. It came from yours. Oh, I haven't checked my channel yet for a while. Let's have a look. Ranty. Oh, why is it not coming up? Flat Earth. Right, let's see. Am I still on the same amount of bloody subscribers? Oh, I've lost a subscriber. Damn it. I was at 881, now I'm at 880. Bloody hell. Anyway, this is what I wanted to check, this greater sapien thing. I wanted to see. Oh, here we go. 29 dislikes already, 11 likes. Right, okay, let's see who's responded, because I haven't really been paying attention. It just looks like trolls. Oh, I had 27 thumbs down apparently an hour ago and 6 up. Right, so 27 down an hour ago, 6 up, 29 in 11. Okay. I improved a little bit. Anyway, sorry, just checking in on that. What I found was, yeah, like I said, I was actually paying attention to that. It was Awake Assholes that was down thumbing that again as well. You know, it all happened from me doing that live stream at 6 o'clock. He gets really agitated and he's got 40 different accounts that he can dump thumbs down stuff with. But There you go. Oh, Awake Souls. He's only got 32 watching. What a bell end. I've got 52. Hang on, wait a minute. He has, get this, guys, 16,000 subscribers. He's been streaming for 2 hours, and he has a grand total of 32 people watching, right? I have 880 subs. I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I have 52 watching. No, I'm not going to start having open hangouts. Chock. It'll just be me. I mean, there might be the odd time that I do a live stream with someone or get someone on just to talk about something in particular, but it'll be nothing. No, I'm not going to do open platforms. Hell no, too much hassle. But what I will do is within the next month, I'm going to be doing, what's this? Working on some new memes for Awake Souls, soon to be posted on Rants Flat Earth group. Thank you very much, legendary super, whatever you called, hyena. Yeah, but in the next month, I will be doing a show from 7 p.m. UK time to 7:30. Hopefully, we won't have the shit weather that we've had recently. So it's raining all the time. You can't see anything. But if I can get out and I can film stuff, I'll be showing it to you guys first. So anybody that comes into the live streams, as soon as I've got the P900 and the P1000 and the modifications, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to do it, file it day by day. So let's say it's the 20th of September, boom, it's all gone into the file. I've not even looked at it myself. I'm going to do it with you guys live. So I'll be like, okay, here's a video that I shot at such a time. Let's have a look. Let's have a go. Let's see what we did. And that'll be every single day. So 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And that's what I'll be doing. That's what epic show this morning. Nathan Oakley, I was dying. Hell yeah, he didn't half give him what for. I mean, it was the rage that was in there. Oh, show the Facebook group. There we go. There's my Facebook group. Rants Flat Earth group. Here we go. It's a public group. Anybody can join it. Just simply search for Rants Flat Earth group. That's it. And if you want to search for me, it will be Shane Ranty Cook. In that order, Shane Ranty Cook. In brackets underneath, you've got Ranty Flat Earth with the Ranty Flat Earth logo. You can add me as a friend. And if you don't find me friendly, obviously you can perhaps join the group. But this is all the groups that I've joined. And I've also got a Twitter as well. So let's go to Twitter. And this is the Twitter account of mine, Ranty Flat Earth. Well, I've only got 13 followers. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. I've been going for nearly a week now. It's Flat Ranty. So if I click this, it should give you, let me post that in the side chat actually. So I'll copy that. This is my Twitter. I'll put it in the side chat in a minute. And this is all stuff I've been tweeting about, etc., etc. Let me post that in the side. So that's for Twitter. If you are on Twitter, I'll spam it again. You can follow me or send me a message. There we go. Right, who's been blocked? Right, what did he say? Do you have evidence of what you're saying? I think he probably does, to be fair. I've seen John Watson argue with the boulders for the last year, and to be honest, I kind of think he probably does. So if you two have got issues and he blocks you, and I actually trust John, so just one of them, mate. If you're going to come in and start chatting shit, and you're chatting to my mate John, who clearly does have the evidence that you don't, because you're too. Let's have a look at this troll. Let's go to his channel. Right, no subscribers, no videos, no playlists, no channels, no discussion, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not going to miss you being blocked on my channel, troll. Goodbye. So, you like my narration, good job, and a pleasant voice to listen to. Thank you very much, Rapid. I do appreciate that. You'll like it even more when I actually can show something that I've just filmed, and I will get excited about it, and I'll be like, oh my god, I can see the Isle of Man from Wales. I'll be like, yay. And I'll be like, yeah, baby. Hell yeah. You don't listen to stupid trolls. Some people do respect. The problem is, Flat Earth is infested with trolls. It is fucking infested. I'm a tab whore, by the way. Can you see all this? Proper tab whore. It's what I do. I like to collect tabs. Yeah, did I do a live stream early? Yeah, Chris, I went down to the beach again, third time in the last week, even though, right, this afternoon it was out, the sun was out, it was shining. I was like, I'll go down, I'll do this live stream. However, Wake Souls had made this condition that I needed to give advance warning of going live, so that they had time to then prepare to see whether or not I was actually going live. I don't know what the conditions were. Yeah, so it got to the right. It's been sunny all afternoon. Nathan's been going for God knows how long. It was at least a couple of hours in his second show. I'm seeing the sunshine outside. It's getting towards 5 o'clock, and I thought, right, well, he's rounding up the show. I'll nip out and I'll go and film down at the turbines. Right, so typed out a hasty video and said, guys, I'll be filming in an hour down at the beach, live streaming. Got down there, the weather had turned. Literally in the hour, it had turned. Pissing down, couldn't see anywhere, couldn't see anything, couldn't see 2 miles out to sea. I was like, right, okay, well, I'm going to go live anyway. Now, having not gone live before, I had encountered this issue that I didn't know what was going on. It was like, I kept pressing go live, and it was like it wasn't going live, and I was ending up on the YouTube page, and I didn't know whether I was live or not. So I was like, holy shit, what's going on? Am I live? Am I not? And it kept coming up. Somebody you have blocked is a moderator on your channel. So I'd click okay, yes, I understand this, and then I wouldn't know whether I was actually going live. So this went on, and it got to the point where I just realized that I wasn't streaming live. I had to find out the issue, and I had to unblock Arwin. Holy shit, yeah, I had to actually unblock him. So I actually unblocked him, and what do you know? Live stream worked. Live stream worked. I went live, pissing down with rain, couldn't see jack shit, and there you go. Third time in the last week that's happened. Rain, rain, rain. What can I say? Right, turbines on the, what was that say? Turbines on the plane for this turbine. Rubbish. Twitter is for them too. Yeah, let's see who I am following. So this is who I'm following on Twitter. So I'm following IRM, Flat Earth Head. I am following. Guys, you must know who this is. If you don't know who this is, I'll give you a clue in it. If I don't see it responded in the chat, I'll tell you who it is. Great believer, blah, 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 blah. So that's who I follow. That is my follow list on Twitter at the moment. It's obviously going to grow. I'm trying to get this guy to come and have a chat with me. Not just on this channel, but on Nathan's. I think he will be a massive, massive plus to get this guy who clearly knows so much stuff and bring him into the debate platform. I want him to do this, and I've been talking to him, trying to get him to do that. Does anybody know who he is, though? Right, let's see if anybody's got it right. Let's see. Is it Bill Miller? It is not Bill Miller. It is not Bill Miller. It is not Bill Miller. Well, okay. It's Johnny Level. Come on, guys. Do you not know Johnny Level? You never heard of Johnny Level? Right. If you guys, well, you guys are all. You're on YouTube, yeah. I mean, it's fine. Great. But yeah, it's Johnny Level. Let's see if I can find him on here. He should be quite active. Let's see. So, Johnny Level. Oh, there we go. There we go, Johnny Level. Boom. This is Johnny Level. This is timeline. Okay. And it's all flat Earth related. All flat Earth. And what he posts on his timeline isn't what he posts on all the flat Earth groups. So you essentially see just a very small fraction of his for the work that he does for flat Earth. I mean, I thought I was prolific with the stuff I do, but this guy puts me to shame. This guy works his ass off. He's got all the fucking things that you ever need. You ask him a question, he knows it. I mean, look at this. Just bought the Book of Enoch, $10, blah, blah, blah. He's friends with literally everybody that you want to be friends with. He knows almost everybody that you want to be knowing. I really respect this guy. So trying to get him into the debates would just be sensational. There we go. So Mig Ant, he's known him for a long time. On Twitter, he knows a lot. It'd be great to have him on. Blah, blah, blah. Christine, yeah, he's a moderator in my group. Yeah, absolutely agree. I tried to get him on the debates, I think it was yesterday. And he said he would try and get in if he could. Shame he didn't make it, because I think he would have found it quite addictive if he'd have if he'd have got on and been able to debate a baller in real time, because he knows his shit, man. I mean, this guy is so under-repped. So under-repped. I think he'd get a huge following on YouTube. I mean, he has quite a good following on Twitter. Let's have a look. Twitter. Forever Flat TM. Right, okay. So he has, well, 2,764 followers on Twitter, which is quite a lot considering that none of you guys really know who this guy is. Yeah? That really is quite a lot. George is a lying scumbag. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've caught him out on it. I mean, Nathan had him in a strangle lock today. He really had him in a strangle lock. He was squirming. I mean, the guy doesn't even know what century he's in, for God's sake. He was talking last night and he was convinced that he was in the 20th century. He was literally, for the longest time, saying, no, it's the 20th century. No, it's the 20th century. He wouldn't believe it was the 21st century. He wouldn't believe it. And I've just downloaded the video, so I might make a video about it. But again, it's just data collected, and really, is it going to prove anything? But do we want the guy there? Do we need him in our debates? No, he's a twat. I mean, Brian Mullen, he shit all over Brian Mullen because, and yet he was playing the card yesterday. I remember him talking about it, saying that, how did he say it? People interfering in someone's private lives when it has nothing to do with them and it affecting their work or something. And he was saying this last night, and I thought, you two-faced little Right. That's actually just remembered me what he was actually saying last night. So I will actually do a video about him, because what he was saying was, he was saying that people shouldn't do exactly what he did to Brian Mullen, right? This is what he was doing last night. He was playing the victim card after what he did to Brian Mullen. So yes, I will do a video about it. And do you know something? I hate being the person that has to do these expose videos. I hate doing the fact that I have to do a video about Greater Sapien. I hate the fact that I have to do videos about Mick West in the past. That isn't how I envisaged getting into this kind of stuff, you know? I envisaged doing some research and keeping my nose clean. I didn't expect to get down and dirty fucking arguing with these kind of people. I didn't expect to have to be doing response videos and attack videos. That's all drama to me. It's not really progressing the movement, you know? It really isn't. But nobody else seems to do it. Nobody else seems to be going after this George. Nobody seems to be doing it. I could do the video and I could send it to you guys and you could upload it. It's fine. And you know something? I've sent videos to Nathan, I've sent videos to Anthony. They've uploaded the videos. My work, but they've done it. And I'm fine with that because it doesn't bother me. But it's just all the drama. It's literally all the drama. I could do videos about everybody, but is it going to progress the movement? Am I being bogged down by thinking about what other crappy, shitty, scummy ball earthers are doing? Right? Is that how my YouTube channel is going to go down, as being known as that? Or is it going to go down for knowing that I actually get out and do these researches? And yet I look at all the stuff that I've done recently and I feel like I'm being dragged down into that cesspit of just never ending getting anywhere, just arguing with the ballers. That doesn't improve anything. Guys, help me out. Tell me what to do. Do you prefer that I just go after the ballers? Do you want to see the research? What is it you guys want? I'd rather do the research, but you guys, you know, is there a medium? Do you think what I'm doing at the moment is correct? When I can't go out and film, I go after the ballers, and when I do go out and film, I go and do my research. Do you have a problem with me going after the ballers? I could. I've got like a really good memory for shit like this. It's about killing time, driving energy, and bringing arguments back to square one each day for people like George, etc. I think they've been very successful. Yeah, no, it's 50-50 in it. Half of you guys sort of like, yeah, okay, go after the ballers, in your free time. And people like Pete, who I do respect, say that again, saying things like, it's killing time and it's wasting energy. I agree with that too. It is. I mean, everyone needs the downtime, right? So let's suppose you get 200 good days a year in the where you can go out and do research and stuff. That leaves 165 days where you're free to do what you want. Well, let's suppose you have 50 days of attempting to go and do stuff, but getting cut out by the weather, right? Well, you're left with 100 days then. So do you spend your energy completely on just going after the balls, or do you have some downtime? Do you have some relaxation time for yourself? Do you take your mind away from it and refocus and sharpen your brain? Or do you just sit and do more videos about ball earthers? Which way does it go? Pro shills are embedded in this thing. I probably believe that's true, but will we ever find out who they are? the only thing I can say to you guys is that people that are probably, people that I'm confident aren't shills are the people that I associate with. Might sound a bit strange to you guys, but listen, I wouldn't be in their company if I didn't feel that they were genuine flat earthers. Yeah, John Watson, yes, exactly. Attack the ball of paradigm, right? People have asked me, go and do research on the stars, the sun, the moon, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? That isn't where my strengths are. I couldn't give two flying monkeys about the stars or the moon or the sun. That's for other people to do. You know, me, I'm a painter and decorator from Blackpool. You know, I haven't got, the time to do to be a master of everything. Sorry, what is it they call it? What is it? What is the term they use in the building trade? It's like a jack of all trades, but a master of nothing. That's what I'm looking for, right? So if you're a flat earther that's a jack of all trades and a master of nothing, right? That's the type of people that are never going to progress the movement, right? What you need is a master of something, and then another master of something, and then another master of something. So people that are interested in the moon phases, let a flat earther that's the master of the moon phases master himself in that. Let somebody that's the master of the stars stick to that. Don't diverge from what you're good at, right? I have no interest in looking at the stars or the moon or the sun, apart from looking at the moon and thinking how beautiful it looks. Because that's what I do. I look at it and I'm fascinated by it. It's beautiful, but I don't understand it and I don't try to understand it. But what I do try to understand is where I live, where my feet walk. If I was in a boat, where I would go in the boat, things that I can touch. That's what interests me. It's not interesting me looking up at the damn stars or the moon or the sun. Let other people do that. For me, I can become a master of where I am, on with my feet on the soil, looking at the sea. I can get that niche and I can master that niche. But if you have me diverging in 6 million directions, I'm going to be just as I've said, just as I have said, a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? And that's not what I want to be. I want to be a master of at least one. That's my whole. When people go on the debates, and I'm at Nathan's, and they talk about this, that, and the other, I sit quiet for the majority of the time. As soon as they start talking about observations overseas and stuff like that, that's when the mic gets changed, and I go and I take it off mute, and that's when my ears prick up and I'm ready, because that's my domain. That's what I know about. Let other people do their stuff. But what we need to do, just going back to finish this point, is that there are probably flat earthers out there that know about the moon, and flat earthers that know about the sun and the stars, but they're all not connected. They are not in the same circles. They don't know about each other, and everything in this world is trying to keep us apart. The algorithms and everything you can think of are trying to keep us apart. So unless there's a networking system that's going away, and people are talking about other channels and saying, "Have you heard about this channel? Have you heard about this channel?" and connecting people, right? We're never going to get anywhere. So the master of the moon and the master of the sun and the master of the stars and the master of the, observations overseas and all this kind of stuff, they're never going to meet and formulate a group, because they're too divided and we're kept apart. If you think that the people we know are the people that are on flat Earth, that's you couldn't be further from the truth, because there's probably Patricia Steers in Australia. There's probably Mark Sargent in Norway, and there's probably myself somewhere else, New Zealand, right? But we don't know each other. We literally can't find each other, right? So until we start finding these channels and connecting ourselves, we're never going to get anywhere. Right, okay, I've got a few things here. What have we got? Keep collecting data and forget about all the ballers. Okay, that's a rainy day yet. Right, okay, so essentially what I'm doing right now, okay, right, thank you, Flat Earth New Zealand. Right, balls claims, yeah, okay, yeah, I am doing that. Do you know why? Do you know why that can't be for them? Because water has to conform to gravity, right? Water has to curve. It doesn't matter where that curvature happens, what part of the world you live on, the water has to curve. The land that we walk upon can be irregular, but water has to curve. If it doesn't curve, it breaks their model. Exactly. So if we are proving flat water in my location, it doesn't matter because flat is flat, and flat water cannot be flat. You can have the salt plains that are flat, but you can't have water that's flat. Water has to bend. Water has to curve to fit their model. They cannot ever have standing water or free flowing water or seas or oceans that are curved. That are flat. They have to have it curving. So John Watson, absolutely spot on, perfect. Somebody else said something here. Right, okay. What do you need to master making observations of Earth? Right, well, Dark Star, it's kind of like one of them, and it's like we only just got the P900. The P1000 is just about to be released. In the last 6 months, we've learned that infrared can be adapted into our, research. So you can get the P900 and you can modify that so it can see in infrared. So when you say, what do you need to master making observations of Earth? Well, technology is always improving, and our knowledge of technology and the way we can use it to see through the atmosphere that we obviously breathe and live in and walk in, we already have that at our disposal, and it's getting better every year on year. As long as that keeps progressing, then we will keep on finding out the answers. What more do you want me to say? If we went back 20 years and we had a Polaroid camera, we wouldn't be able to see any of this. We've only started to be awoken with the technology that we have. Hey, Bobby, nice to see you. Right, okay. I assume that you're the real Bob. Let me just check the channel. Just added you as a mod without checking yet. Okay. Is the P1000? No, it's not. No, the P1000 isn't here yet. Unfortunately, it won't arrive till the 6th or the 7th. The 6th or the 7th, it'll be here. Yeah, you are the real one. Oh no, you're the fake one. Right, okay. No, it doesn't get released for another 2 or 3 weeks yet, so nobody can get their hands on it yet, as far as I'm aware, unless it's for pre-testing or something like that. But I tell you what, as soon as I get it, it's going to be put to use. Believe you me, it's going to be here, there, and everywhere. In case you weren't aware, Bob, I haven't ever done Patreon or shit like that before, but I've done a Patreon now, and I've already got 5 people that are Patreoning me, to a total of about $80 per month, which is good because that will help with putting petrol in the car to go and do these observations. So having the P1000 would be, is obviously great. Having the P900 modified to see an infrared is going to be great, but having the fuel to go in the car and do observations, hell yeah, that's what we need. So all those guys that have supported me on the Patreon, I'm not even sure if I've got it up at any point. Have I got it in there? Let me just paste that in there, see if it's there. No, that's not it. Right, well, can't find it right now. But yeah, I've started a Patreon. So people are signing up and helping me to go and see this stuff. Right, so he's new to Flat Earth and I just can't get enough. Brilliant. Loving what you do in the Flat Earth community are doing. Yeah, we're all working hard for that. It's open my eyes wide. Do you know, so probably the hardest working Flat Earther I know is you. This guy here. You. He's the hardest working Flat Earther I know. He doesn't do things in the real world, he does it online, but he's always online. He's never off. And John Watson too. These two guys and Multi Tom Tom, the three. These three guys, these two here, especially you, these guys, they are always fighting Flat Earth wherever they go. Absolute warriors. And Anthony Riley, he's just a guy that goes and lies on his stomach at the beach. Feels a little smudge on the horizon. I am, of course, joking. What was it? I've forgotten what the hell it was now. Patreon, yes, wasn't it? Yeah, so. No, get rid of that. No, get rid of that. Get rid of that. What's that? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see if Patreon. Oh, there we go. Anti-Flat Earth, it's already up. So here we go. This is my Patreon, and I have already got 5 patrons, $81 a month, and we have different levels. We have a fish. I don't even think I've released this video. This is another video that I took. I did an up and down of this boat with these people in the boat, and you can actually see them disappearing into the crappy air. Anyway, I've got that video. It's just shit that I've done, and I've just not bothered releasing it. It's like I've got a stack of stuff. Fish, whale, $15 a month if you want to be a whale. You can be a piranha. Obviously, we've got piranha boat there. Barracuda. I don't have a barracuda at the moment. I do have a piranha though, and I have 4 whales. So we've got barracuda at $50, and then we have a shark at $100. I don't think I'll ever get a shark, but if I ever do, well, I mean, that will just like literally put fuel in my car to go to Scotland and back each month. To do all kind of the observations over there. So that is my Patreon. If you guys ever feel that you want to go over there and do that, that would be great. If not, it doesn't really matter. It's no big deal. Scroll down to the group page, show some posts. Well, I only put the, where is it? I don't know where it is now. Scroll down to the, what did he say? Scroll down to the group. I don't even know how to work this properly yet. Sorry, what did this guy say? Scroll down to the group page, show some posts. Group page. Where do I scroll down to that then? I don't even know how to use this properly yet because I've only just did it a couple of days ago. Am I missing something here? Am I not doing some posts? Is that it? That's my post that I put. So is that what you meant? Oh, right, on Facebook. Sorry, my bad. Right, well, just let me go to the loo. I'll be back in 1 minute. That's my Facebook group. Back in 1 minute. Okay, right. So you said show some of the group posts. So I believe. So this is obviously the welcome thing. We have Sandra Murray, Ranty Live. I like it. What's this? Rumpus versus George. We're tied to a draw. I couldn't pick a winner. Blah blah blah. That's hilarious. That's really good. Here we go. Here we go. Tune in. Don Hyena. Hey, you're working quite hard there, Don Hyena. I was a little unsure about you, but then actually, here we go. What's this? Nathan's gonna love this. Oh, that's funny. He knocked out Rumpus. Right, okay. What have we got here? Arwin, Rumpus, holding hands. That's quite funny. Who else we got? We've got another one up here. What's this? So this is George Rumpus. I'm liking your style here, Don. This is the upward acceleration effect, apparently. Oh. Well done. It seems like you've got quite the knack for hitting the nail on the head, in my opinion. I think Nathan's going to enjoy that one. Nathan Oakley versus the Rumpus. Boom. Oh, this is cool. I like it. I do. Have we got any more? Let's have a look at Don Hyena, shall we? Let's have a look. Oh, I've not responded to your friend request yet, so let's confirm that. Right, so we've confirmed it, right? So, what the hell is this? Right, okay. So, what's this? If you are feeling familiar with the Flat Earth debates on Nathan Oakley's YouTube channel, you should recognize these guys. Top left is the Rumpus. Slightly non-standard refraction hyena is in the middle. So Rumpus, the hyena, Then we have a young gem panda, which is this guy here, and Nathan Oakley. Okay, so what I'm taking from this is the young gem panda. If you've done your research and this is the young gem panda, he looks like a bit of a gentleman that might like other gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah, that's quite funny. You got some funny shit going on here. What have we got here? We've got Stephen Hawking's oh shit, the hyena's coming. Like it. Cool. What do we have here? Behind the scenes with our good friends Nathan Oakley and baby Eleanor. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Well, you're certainly promoting the flat earth. I'll give you that, Don Hyena. Are you actually a moderator? I think you deserve a moderator, to be fair. Come on, let's have a look. Don, where are you? Maybe you are legendary hyena. Who else do we have? Let's have a look. Who else do we have? Who else? Do them lions think it's flat? With a lot of skulls on the floor. Okay. Okay. What's this? Gem Panda on the left, Nathan. Oh, Oakley Cord on the right. That is funny. That really is funny. That's really clever. That's really funny. I like it. I have to copy that. I'm sorry. I am definitely going to take that. I'm going to take it away. Look at that. What? Gem Panda versus Oakley. Oh, I don't like it though. Win 7 on the left. I mean, come on, man. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Win 7 on the left. That's really. Nathan's in survival mode. Still funny as fuck. Funny as fuck. What do we have here? Cuddling the hyena at St. B's. I think you've got a fixation with Nathan on hyena, definitely. I think you might have a little man crush. I got a man crush. Yeah, we've got here. What have we got there? It's a family of hyenas. Have you gone off to space, man? Is that what it is? Oh, I think you really like hyenas. You definitely like the hyenas. Oh yeah, awesome, awesome. Got some pretty funny stuff, man. I mean, look at this stuff. Really cool. Like your style. Definitely. I think my favourite one, I'll be honest, I think my favourite one is, I think there's 2. I think they're tied. Oh, look. We got this one. I think this is hilarious. Panda versus Oakley Cord. Brilliant. Right, that's definitely one of my top 2. And the other one is, where is it? Oh, this one. Was it that one? Was it that one? Yeah, it was that one. It was that one with, if that is the gem panda in the middle. That's fantastic. Good stuff. Oh, thanks for zipping past. Right, okay. Do you want me to go? Right, Sarah. Do you want me to go through yours? Right, okay. So, where are we? Where are we? Let's see. No, Christina. Right, okay. we have, what do we have here? There we have the Tesla car passing in front of the moon. Awesome. Love it. By the way, did you guys see that balloon with the satellite on that went right across the moon like so? Right till it went whoosh, clearly on a fucking balloon. All right, okay, no, he did a meme, right? Okay, he did a meme. This one. This one? Yeah, the parking ticket. Oh, that's funny. Oh, come on. Really? Right, Sarah Christina, let's have a look. Let's see which one you're talking about. Let's look at. Maybe I shouldn't really go on that. This one. The mirror, the no mirror, mirroring the Tesla off the straight off the shelf, essentially, and then launched into space without the mirror on. Yeah, that one. On your page, I was looking on your page. Where do you want me to go, guys? How far down? Right, hang on. Wait. Right, let's see. Right, how far down do you want me to go? Right, so I need to be looking for. Right, okay. I'm looking for a meme with Sarah in it. Right. You have to bear with me. I'm trying to look for the meme with Sarah in. This one. There we go. Oh, looking after the hyena, giving it a good wash. Bed bath. Love it. Love it. Love it. I do like your imagination, Don Hyena. Definitely. Oh, do you? Hey, keep scrolling. He wants a bed bath. He wants a bed bath. Right, anymore. I'll have to find another one now. Let's see. Right. Oh, look at this one. What about the hyena? Funny as. Do you know what I'm really sad about though? You haven't got a meme with me in it. You've got all these other flat earthers, and they're just memes about other people. Oh, look at that one. Could you have stretched his face anymore? He's just about to eat his ghoulies. Oh, buddy. Right, who else have we got? Right, okay. Oh, here we go. Anthony Riley. What have we got here? That a stick between them. We're just about to see that face. That reminds me, are you the guy that did that Better Call Saul one? Because that face is the same image that I sent to Anthony. I swear to God, it's the same face. You are the guy that did that Better Call Anthony. Definitely. I remember that face. 100%. You messaged me in the last 24 hours saying Better Call Riley. And he sent me this image. Not this image, but his face. Yeah, busted, mate. I know who sent it now. No, not me. It will be on my page. Okay. I should do some, but you never think of it. You should do it. You should do some of Mark Taylor. That would be funny. Right. So, okay, Hyena, you were born in 1993. So that makes you what? 25? Or thereabouts. So I have 3 friend requests and 34 notifications. That's on Ranty Flat Earth. So here we go. Right. So back to where I was at. Shane Ranty Cook, if you want to add me on Facebook, and the group that I manage, well, that I made and managed, is Rants Flat Earth Group. There we go. Got people that want to join, which is good. There's my Twitter. Where's my Twitter gone? There we go. Twitter. So let's go to home. That's my Twitter handle, /flat ranty. Capital F, capital R, Flat Ranty. And there we go. If you want to follow me. Oh, I've got a new follower. Awesome. Holy shit, have I been streaming for 4 hours? What the fuck? I've held this down for 4 hours. Jeez, Louise. That's some streaming, that. 23:09, right, okay. Right, guys. Yeah, I better wrap this up. It's clicking on in time. 4 hours, that's some effort I've put in there. Right, don't forget to like. What is it to say? Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. That's the one. Or subscribe, like, and leave a comment in whichever order you want. Right, but if you like it, subscribe. If you don't, unsubscribe. Whichever, however they say it. I need to rattle it off and get it to subscriber begging, essentially. But yeah, Spirit of Thorn, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you at least left a comment. I do appreciate that because you see a lot of people that don't leave anything. How's Bullet? Heard you, disliked, also reported. Well, my moderators know exactly what to do with people like you, and I don't even have to remind them what to do because they'll just do it. There we go. Ricky, spot on, mate. Nice one. Right. Cheers, Sandy, for stopping by. John, appreciate you stopping by. Gav, peace, appreciate it. Everything. You just joined the Facebook Spirit of Thorn. Brilliant, thank you. Goddess, Flat Earth, you, everybody else. Anthony Riley, Bob from Globebusters, everybody that stopped by. Absolutely fantastic. Appreciated you stopping. I'm going to end the stream right now, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if anybody needs any information on the flights, the 2018 flight that got cancelled, and know who was behind it all. I know the name, I know the address, and I know the telephone number. So if anybody's lost out, anybody needs to know that person's name, address, and telephone number, send me a message, and I'll pass the information on. Anyway, peace, love. Bye, everybody. See you, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.